Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jay Banks. Tuesday, another episode. What's cracking, AI?
What's up, man?
Hey, I meant to tell you this earlier. I met somebody when I was down at the Commonwealth Sanctuary. Well, shout out to those guys. I saw Doug Benson down at the Commonwealth Sanctuary. It's a comedy club in Dayton, Kentucky.
Yeah.
Ironically, it's like a 3 doors down from my house, right? So it's like walking distance. But they've been bringing in some major talent, man. They just had Doug Benson in, like I said, last weekend. Got a chance to go down there and see him. Every Sunday they do an open mic thing for comedians too, where
that's
you can
cool.
go. Yeah, dude, it's so dope. It's free to join, free to go in, and it's just like comedians working on their material, which is
That's practice in that kind of a setting is awesome,
dude. Like, how cool
Yeah.
is that? Seeing comedians work on jokes to see if they work or not. Like, that shit's fire.
That's dope.
But so when I was there was a guy. His name was Ethan. He glasses, longer hair, kind of sounded like he was from another country, but stopped me like when I was walking out. He's like, "Mad scientist." He's like, "Man," and he was just going on about how great you are as an employee, and he's like, "Man, I always go in there and I talk music with Andrew and this and that."
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's like, bro, it's great to hear things like that, because it's like, you know, when you're doing your day to day and somebody comes up and was like, "Oh shit, like I've been to your store, like I love your employee, I love the person that you've got there." It's like, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's always a good thing when you hear that from an outside perspective.
You know,
So-
I just be doing my thing, being me, regardless of who I'm talking to. I don't know. Just I feel like treating those with respect and how you want to be treated like goes a long way.
Of course, bro.
It's really. I mean, I can't recall who this is, but shout out to you, homie, man. Appreciate you.
I'm sure as soon as he comes in, he'll be like, "Yo, what's up, bro? It's Ethan." You're like, "Oh fuck, all right, yeah, there he is."
Ethan.
I think I'm like 99% sure it was Ethan. Yeah.
The Ethan from Louisville stopped in this last week. Ethan and JoJo.
Oh yeah.
Ethan came through. Yeah, he's got a new job. He's doing well.
No kidding.
Yeah. He overcame that whole situation. His life is wild. His whole situation is just insane.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But he's overcome it all, and yeah, he's thriving in Louisville. So he stopped through just for the weekend. But
Dope. Is he still doing art and stuff?
yeah. Apparently he's still doing it.
very
He's
cool.
still busy. So he didn't say he was going to do any. I like to see his updated new native versions because he had those native designs. I like to see what he's doing now. But
Yeah, that dude was
yeah.
dope, man. I would still love to put some of those designs on some clothes. The lip one that he had, my mom was like, "Oh, you need to put that on a shirt."
yeah.
But-
It's like the Rolling Stones.
Yeah, but
Speaking of music, though, man, we got quite a guest tonight, man. Getting to know
yeah,
him
bro.
earlier,
Prolifik
off mic.
Verse in the house, bro.
Prolifik
How you
Verse,
feeling,
let's
bro?
go.
What's up?
How you feeling,
I'm feeling well, except I'm over here breaking a mic.
man? At some point, I'm gonna replace these arms, bro. It's like I taught myself like YouTube University how to do all this stuff. So I started
I'm
with.
impressed. It's nice.
It's nice, bro, and it's fun too, man. Like, you know, we started out with 2 mics and a small, channel, and then
Yeah.
we went to the the 8 channel, and now we've got 5 mics and 5 4K cameras here. So it's like,
Hey, bro, the whole setup is nice, man. I mean, all the way into the store with the TVs and the microphone. It sounds good too. Looks
Yeah,
good.
bro.
So ain't no wrong, progression's everything.
100%. I appreciate that, man. So like I said, the next step is to get some better arms in here that don't vibrate every time you hit something. It's
Yeah.
like, it's like there it is. You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, just one step at a time, bro.
Hey, it's cool, man. It's cool. Whether it's an inch or a mile, like that what Toretto said.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So we've been boys a long time, man.
Yeah. Wow.
Do you still talk or hang out with the McCulloughs? I know they don't go to the clubs and anything like that anymore. But
Josh and Jeremy.
Yeah, bro.
I actually just talked to Josh, man, maybe like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
They're doing their thing. Shouts out to them. In the,
They're killing it, bro.
Yeah, in the religious space, and and they've been talking. We actually been talking about hopefully linking up and accomplishing some missions together here in the future. So.
Oh, dope,
okay.
man.
That's dope.
So, and that's something like I've talked to Josh and Jeremy before because it's like, you know, they've gone from, you know, going out clubbing every night and like getting drunk and having numerous babies, bro. You know what I mean? To getting their own business, and now they're both you know, very Christian and going to church. They were saved and the whole thing.
Yeah, you know, it's dope to see that because you know, that's a lot of, you know, that's my similar story. You know, we come from that same walk in the background of the partying and everything like that. And although, like, you know, there was a lot of success on that side, you know, when you start
there's emptiness.
Especially when you start walking with God and with Jesus, you start to realize, okay, I have the tools, but I'm not using them in the right way. You know, so it's good to see them using those tools. It's good to be on that same path as well myself. And there's a lot of friends of mine that from back in that time, you know, it was wild.
Yeah.
You know, we went crazy. We had fun, you know what I'm saying? But it's good to see, you know, you putting that same effort and energy into something a lot more positive these days.
100%, man. Especially with those guys, because you know, if you know the twins, it's like they were always the life of the party, bro. When
Every
it came
time.
to going out downtown,
It taught me a lot, you know, especially not even just from the business, but from the promotion side.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
Like I remember when I first met them. I hit them up on MySpace. And And I had just started out DJing. I'm just like, bro, like how do y'all get y'all party area how it is, you know? And they hit me back, and it was nothing but love. They rolled up. It was them two and Dee Dee Dorsey.
Always Dee Dee. Yeah.
It was like they rolled up. We met at this little bar on the west side, and I mean, I just sat there and just soaked up all the gym and all the knowledge that they had, and then that's when they invited me. Without them, I mean, I wouldn't have met Clock. I wouldn't have met Ghost. I wouldn't have met a lot of people. I probably wouldn't have much of a music career.
Oh, wow.
They took that energy and not only taught me, but they also took me in like a little brother and really showed me the path and helped me, you know, miss a lot of things that could have, you know, messed me up in the long run, especially me not understanding the industry as I should have back then. So
for sure,
I'm definitely grateful for their guidance.
Yeah, and you know the crazy thing is, like the twins, they probably didn't even realize they were doing that. You know, they're the plug without realizing they're the plug.
Absolutely,
right? Like they're like the common dot from this guy to this guy.
Yeah.
You know,
and they always did.
It's because you're moving a certain way.
Yeah.
So when you're moving how you're
they recognize that.
The momentum that they've got going on. If you come into that like wave with them, the common dot happens because they are being common in situations. Really, like they're being, whether it's strategic or just because of who they are, whether you know.
And that's the thing with them; they're genuinely kind people.
Genuine.
So you know,
it's a natural thing.
And that's why their success is wherever they do, they're gonna be successful in because of how they treat people.
Right, 100%.
They didn't have to do certain things or treat me the way they did, and they did, not knowing me from the next person. And it was almost like immediately if you ever come into contact with them, it's almost like you've known them your whole life.
100%, bro.
That's the energy you get from them for sure. So
it's
dope. For sure.
You don't want to be on their bad side.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I heard the stories and seen some of it too.
Yeah. But it's
They're a wild bunch.
It's you know it's super dope because like I keep you know teasing Josh and Jeremy because like you know I believe that there's a higher power. I don't think he's a white guy in the clouds, right? But whatever he is, like there's I've had too many moments in my life where my back's been against the wall and it's like it was like divine intervention, like that scene from Pulp Fiction, bro, where it's like you know
that's what it is, you know. I think everybody when I transitioned, you know, a lot of people like, you know, it's a coming to Jesus moment. Yeah. You know, and without, you know, sounding too Bible thumpy, that's what that moment feels like. Is I say God sits you down at one point in time. Now it doesn't mean like your response is, oh, if Jesus talks to me, then I'm supposed to go and be at church and all kind of other stuff, because there's a lot of people that serve him and what their walk of life is not a determination of whether or not they're fit to serve him.
For sure.
And a lot of people, I've noticed that, especially on both sides of the fence, where people who are religious, people who are not religious, who feels like that's the narrative, and it's like, nah, you can walk within your sound and who you are as a person, and a lot of people can become that without turning into something that is evil or something that harms other, because all of that is a seed of selfishness.
Right.
And when people have that seed of selfishness, and some people may not realize it, then next thing you know, you're putting yourself and others at risk. So, I think it's really dope when you have those moments, because in that moment you start to realize, hey, I could be doing better. I should be doing better. And you are willing to listen to someone else on what that better might be.
Right.
I
So
was going to say.
Well,
I was going to say when you say at risk.
Yeah.
What do you consider risk, and what do you consider better? Is it a personal better, or is because like one versus oneself, or is it expectations on self, or like where does better come from, and where does risk come from?
Where I feel like once you start to build your relationship with God, is you start to learn how to treat other people, because that is almost like an external internal. That's if you treating other people a certain way, then you're going to get that same energy back in response.
We just said that
for sure.
That is literally
of the
almost like the definition of like karma.
That's,
like
if you're
what
not,
you put in the energy is what you get out there. If you're a spiritual person, if you are someone who believes in that higher power, it might not be God, but higher power. At the end of the day, you can't mistake that if you believe in a positive higher power, that is what you put in is what you get out.
100%.
So if you are, if you're in taking a risk of like, hey, I'm going to do certain music that might hurt other people, and you're doing it for the simple fact of it being like a marketable thing, or
clout chasing,
clout chasing,
clickbait, clickbait,
the Drake and Ken Mark thing,
then
clickbait. That's people go down that rabbit hole, because they get stuck in it. They're like, oh, this worked last time, I'll do it again, rinse and repeat.
And that's a perfect example, because even though that's a good hip hop beef and everything like that, that is still opposition of what hip hop should be. It should be uplifting and a coming together situation. So when you are sitting here saying, hey, I'm gonna do music, I'm gonna do it like this, I'm gonna do it like that, and then you turn around and you're not doing music to serve. Like as I'm doing transition to music into what is now, I feel like I am here to serve.
Right.
When you serve, and when you're here to do better, then ultimately you are not taking a major risk, because you're putting out that serving energy, which means people are going to be willing to serve you.
For sure.
Nobody wants to help somebody that either isn't helping themselves or is hurting others.
100%, bro. Like we say it all the time. Like if you're not putting out the energy, you're draining it.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Absolutely.
If you're not contributing, you're taking.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's kind of like,
and that's Satan. That's it.
It really, and that's the truth too, man. Because if the depressing, the moments where you feel like you're down and out, like that's the devil.
Yeah, we all go through that.
Just sitting on your shoulders, bro.
We
it's
all.
just heavy weight.
I came out of that darkness in my transition, and you could probably swim in my tears, at one point, and I think a lot of people don't realize that is what the come into Jesus moment is for you. It's like, yo, I want to do better. I want to be better. I want to show better. What do I need to do? But part of that starts to be able to look at yourself.
100%, yeah.
What am I doing to allow these energies?
Right.
One big thing in the Bible, it says, worry is a useless emotion. Because
the milk's already spilled, bro.
Exactly.
Figure
you can't
out
worry
how
about something. So
it's already on the ground. You got to figure out the resolution.
Once you come to you're a problem solver.
Yeah.
And us as men, that's what we're inherited to solve problems.
Right.
That's just what that is on that point.
Yeah, 100%, bro.
Yeah.
So obviously, like listening to your music that's coming out on May 28th.
Yeah.
There's so much passion and like oomph behind it. You know what I mean? Like so there was obviously like a moment that you were like, I've got to stop doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And and it sounds like there was a specific moment. Was there a moment that you were like, bro, I got to stop this, or else I'm gonna end up dead?
I quit. like I quit. I was done with music. I did music for 20 years. Ups, downs, whole nine. I was at this point, you know, I had associated my music, you know, that outlet to people who were just simply not for me.
Right.
Part of that journey was first removing those energies, you know, and that was all the way up to the woman I was dating. You know, gotta go.
Yeah.
And then the second, you know, energy was realizing, how did we get here? That's what, you know, that's where you start to have that moment where you're looking at your self-reflection.
Right.
When I got past that moment, I started saying, let me try to mend fences. Let me try to call people. And I did. My dad calls it the apology tour. You know, and I went and I hit up certain people that I felt like we needed to have a conversation to try to help that out. In that moment, I got stronger. I got more confident. I got a lot more wise about my own personal triggers and output. When I had that kind of control over my life and myself, the world was my oyster at that time. Like, I felt unstoppable. I felt invincible, and all of that is credited to building my relationship, you know, with in the spiritual thing.
Sounds like your dad's a G too, bro.
Yeah,
for real.
Dad,
like gave me goosebumps, man.
Yeah,
because
my
it's
dad
like
is, you know, my dad is everything, you know, and I know a lot of people don't have have that luxury of growing up with a father.
You don't realize that until you get older, bro.
Yeah, bro, tell me about it. Me and my dad went crazy growing up, you know what I'm saying? But our relationship is a lot better now. Because now I have that understanding, and I yearn for that knowledge that he possesses. Yeah, you know, because to me, I feel like he's my future. He's gonna help me out, and I feel like that about my son now too. Because that's the other part. When you have kids, that changes the game,
Look at him, he's like, I'm in.
Yeah, when you have kids, that changes.
Yeah, bro,
that grows you up. If you are really trying to be a parent, that grows you up.
It literally just makes you shop differently.
Yeah,
just makes you literally just walk into a store differently, and just like a place you'd go anywhere at any other time when you have a kid. You're like, all right.
Because where else in the world do you look at something that you have to instantaneously, unconditionally love?
Right.
There's nothing else in the world. I've never, you know, love at first sight, okay, but like I see my kid, I'm like, oh, I gotta make sure you are straight for the rest of your life.
Yes,
that's a whole different.
And that's on me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like as every single day, like that I look at my daughter, like I'm just like, this is on me. She's not doing anything that she can control only so much. You know what I mean? Someone has to be there.
We got to be right there to make sure they don't jump off the cliff,
dude.
Like,
straight up, and it really if it's me or her, obviously I'm her, but I'm going to be a shield for her.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So like if things are not going well and I have to make extra moves to make her life even little less you know treacherous, if you will, like with some, you know, avoid the turmoil, keep it like soft for her, because right now she has no control over anything. So it's all on my shoulders, and it's a thing where like bring it on, like that, and like it changes how like you walk into a store, like walk into Kroger, and you're like, well, I need to make sure I got her stuff first, and you like go down that checklist, and all right, wait, me, I guess I gotta get something for me too, maybe, but like that is the mentality, and that only kids, like your dog, when you get an animal or something, you go get the dog food, you have a good time with it.
That's more responsibility.
Exactly.
But kids is responsibility. Kids are like care and love and protection.
Yeah, and long term too, like how your relationship with them is as well.
And as important, guys, as a father, I got 2 daughters. That changes my whole vibe, you know, because we are the example, right? Yeah. We are the only example of a man that will be for our daughters until they get old enough to go find their own man.
100%.
And the thing is when you have that understanding, you like, man, I think that's what it was for me, especially in music. I couldn't be calling the females bees no more.
Right.
I couldn't be talking about things that, you know, I might do it, but I ain't trying to do none of that. And then eventually, I got to stop doing it.
Right.
I can't be around women that are acting like this. I can't be around things that are like that, because if my daughter sees it, I can't protect her from me.
Right.
You know, I don't want to protect her from me.
Right.
I want this to be a safe space. So, you know, that's the other part of that growth, you know, and as parents, especially with that walk, you start to be like, yo, I got to make sure that I got everything straight for my kids. I'm thinking so far ahead for my life, past my life. I got to think what if my life not here?
Yeah.
So my kids is straight, you know.
Right.
So that's a whole mentality.
100%. So
Dude,
so was
respect,
that
man.
was that the changing moment, like having the
That's
kids?
part of it. Yeah, having the kid. Well, I kind of funny you brought up, Josh and Jeremy, because I don't know if you've seen that Christmas special where they talk about what they were like, in the industry and having kids and stuff like that. I wasn't the best father when I started having kids and things like that, but when I started to see like, what they were, subjected to and exposed to, that's when I realized I got a lot of changing to do, a lot of growing up to do.
Yeah.
So that was the other thing. Then the big transition was, I had self-doubt. I didn't know if I was what I wanted to be in music without that stuff, without words and
for sure
lifestyle and stuff like that. So that's what led me to quit. I think, and I had actually right after that, almost immediately, I started writing this album. But I was just writing it, to kind of outlet my feelings and stuff like that. It's
for
through
sure.
my walk. It's called Infinity. It's through my walk with God, but it's also my breakup to the devil.
Yeah.
So it's
and that's
like,
and that song was like there was so much feeling behind it that you can tell that you were like angry at the person you used to be.
I was with the devil for like 20 years, bro.
Yeah.
And you don't realize that until it's too late.
Until you step back and look at it.
Yeah, you look at it. And then the one thing I was telling my dad is, I said, the one thing I noticed when you start to see that for what it is, you start to also see that God never actually left. You just ignored him.
Right.
Because the devil was screaming much louder. You wanted to listen to what he had to say because what he was
He's a party.
Was the party.
Yeah.
So I think when I came to terms with all that and started changing, I think God then said, okay, now I think I can give you that gift back of your musical talent, because I know this time around you're going to be more edifying. You're going to be, a lot better at what your outtake is, and so your intake is good too. So I think where I am musically is I'm not trying to get rich. I'm not trying to make a lot of money, anything like that, even though I think it's going to go that route with it. But I think I'm going to be a lot more responsible
for sure
now than I would have been even 2 or 3 years ago if a windfall of success came to hit me what it is now. I might not even be alive, might be dead, and that hurts my kids.
Right.
So,
for sure, man. I love the transition that you're going through, right? Because it's like the person that you were, now you're shedding your skin and you're becoming this the person that you were meant to be,
like a
right?
Butterfly.
Yeah, like for real though.
Yeah.
It's literally, bro.
Yeah.
Like it's just like a butterfly because as kids, like 14, 15, 16, 19, 22,
ages,
like
right?
you think you know everything, bro. You think you know it all,
like, yo.
and you see it now, and it's like I'm still in grind mode. I'm still in the minors. I feel like me, Andrew, and Tyrell and Yam are in the triple A's, right? Like we're right there. We're playing with the Dayton Dragons and De La Cruz just got called up, bro. And it's just like, when's our time?
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Coming, so I've been following your grind for a long time. Your story is just as magnanimous as well, bro.
I appreciate it, bro, because it's something where we. I say it in the lab. It takes years of blood, sweat, and tears to become an overnight success, right?
Does,
like
bro.
and then when people see you, they go,
yeah,
industry plant. Where'd you come from?
Absolutely.
And like, no, bro, I've been working. I've been grinding for so long. Which, by the way, you want to talk about it? I
still think he is.
Who?
We were talking about the
Shabuzi.
Yeah.
This girl named Sabrina Carpenter. Do you know who she is?
Sabrina Carpenter. Yeah.
Isn't she? Hold on. Sabrina Carpenter. The name sounds familiar. I want to say here in the city, singer.
She's not from Cincy, but she's a singer. I met her when I had my store at Rookwood, so we're talking 7 years ago.
Yeah,
probably. She was on a tour with her record label, and she literally they built a stage in the parking lot of Rookwood. And right. Sabrina Carpenter was there, and she performed. She came into the store, we gave her some clothes. Super sweet girl. And then now all of a sudden she's like the it girl, bro. Like the 2024 Sabrina Carpenter is gonna be like up there with Ariana Grande and all those people.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where it's like it's hard to decipher an industry plant from somebody that's just been grinding
but
for so long.
I would never have thought she was an industry plant.
Because you see her when she was doing the grinding back in Rookwood, where the pop-up stage.
No, but I look at the landscape now is much different.
She just popped up on MTV's New Year's, where she was the host of New Year's. Oh, nice. Now she's doing all these things where they're giving her the spotlight. Like instead of Ariana Grande, they're giving her the spotlight.
But I think the industry plant, the idea of what that is
filling a void.
Yes, we see a space that can be filled. We know this guy's been doing a lot of work. Let's just put them in this position and then set you free. And but we're gonna money boost you because if band
So
we talked about Fall Out Boy. We talked about them before.
That's probably the best explanation I've heard ever.
That's what I say is industry plant. Yeah.
Is Post Malone an industry plant?
No, I think Post Malone got lucky on. Not lucky, but he got the opportunity.
Post Malone probably started out as an industry plant, but he took the opportunity.
That boost,
MGK the same way.
He woke up famous pretty much. The amount of views on that song,
super
it just shot up.
White Iverson, he rented the
strategically.
He rented the Rolls Royce and then ruined it in the desert.
Did he really ruin the whole car?
I mean, think about that. Think about going somewhere, being like, "Hey, I want to rent this Rolls Royce for 2 days. $1,200, okay?" And then you just take it to the desert and just White Iverson the shit out of this thing, bro.
But now the guy that rented it to him is probably talking to that.
This
all the time.
This is it.
This is the car.
We called a car to White Iverson.
Exactly. Exactly. So someone's benefiting from his ruin.
So
vehicle usage.
So what you're saying is, an industry plant will be somebody to fill Post Malone shoes 5 years down the road, something like that. That's what I'm.
Yeah.
Because like once obviously Post Malone's in a lane of his own. He's doing his own thing.
Yeah.
People can't compete with it. So at some point, they're going to be like, okay, we need the next. Yeah. Post Malone.
At some point, he's going to go into the space where Justin
Stratosphere,
Timberlake,
where you just go limbo. You're just a cloud in the sky until you want to rain.
Yeah, you can't get any better. It's like the Jordan effect. We can't see Jordan any higher than he is. He's as high as he's going to be. Everyone's just reaching that mountaintop where all these artists are at the same place. They can't really get any more popular.
Right.
They're following.
You better not let Jordan hear you say that. He's going to be like, hold up.
Right.
Bro, it's
the biggest gambler on the planet.
Right.
Bro, it's the Jordan effect.
He's going to take that bet.
There's a reason that we're still talking about who's the next
Michael Jordan.
Jordan,
because there isn't one.
There isn't. Though I think this Anthony Edwards, he's playing like him.
Everybody is saying
he's looking like him, man. He's his athletic ability.
You know.
I'm not saying he's going to win 6 rings, but
me and my dad had a conversation about that. Anthony Edwards.
You got Jordan on your chest is basically where I went for. Yeah,
I feel like now that because Jordan just actually said something about Anthony Edwards.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, and what Jordan did with Kobe was pretty much trained him.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if he throw that out with Anthony. Then I think we're having a conversation. I think the closest one that probably was Jordan would have been Kobe.
For sure.
Kobe would have been probably the next Jordan for sure.
Yeah, I think that
Andrew thinks Anthony Edwards is Jordan's son.
I think Jimmy Butler.
Bro,
I think Jimmy
Butler can't finish though.
No,
that's
but
the thing.
But the story, the actual story of how he doesn't.
The story lines up. The grind ain't the same.
The grind's not the same. But the
Jimmy Butler got to win a championship when nobody else on the team will. That ain't happening.
Well, Jordan had people on his team with him.
Yeah, but
he wasn't alone.
But he also did.
When he was alone, he didn't make it happen. When he was alone, he didn't make it happen. When he had help, he did.
That's true.
But that's the thing is Anthony Edwards has the most going for him at 22 years old. You know what I mean? He's got Karl Anthony Towns, Rudy Gobert, dude. He's got Mike Conley. He's got some guys that have actually shown their worth. But it's gonna be interesting to see what he does. Denver Nuggets are looking good though. They may not even lose this series, man. They're the champs for a reason.
Did you see the shit going on with Shaq and Shannon Sharp?
Yeah, about Cincinnati and Annie's.
Oh no, that was
that was Chad Johnson.
That was Chad Johnson. Yeah, but Chad was talking on what he's talking about was Chad was talking about how bad the girls are here in Cincy, and Shannon Sharp was like, Atlanta's got better girls. He's like, are you kidding me? Nightlife in Atlanta. He's like, and Chad just wears Cincy on the sleeve, bro.
Yeah,
he's like, you're thinking of Cincinnati in the '80s, bro. He's like, you need to come to Cincinnati today and find out how dope this place was. Like,
yeah.
But no, what I was talking about was with Shannon Sharp and Shaq. So, Luka got the MVP
Doncic?
again, right?
No, Joker.
Joker got the MVP again.
Third time.
So, and Shaq was
he thinks
in the
Shea
interview
Doug is
with Joker and was like, look, I think you're a great player, but I think SGA should have got it this year.
Yeah.
You know, and so Shannon Sharp.
Everybody is saying that.
Yeah. But Shannon Sharp came out and was like, you know, Shaq is just butthurt pretty much because he's a dominant player, but only has one MVP. And so now there's beef between Shaq and Shannon Sharp where you know, Shaq's like, look, motherfucker, I've been dominant in the league my entire life.
Yeah. But the MVP voting now is much different than how it worked back then.
Well, I think it went down to more of Shannon Sharp saying that Shaq can't be considered one of the greatest because of not getting the MVPs.
That's absolutely false.
And so Shaq was like, bitch, I've got more money than you. I've got more trophies than you. I've got more businesses. Like, I mean, Shaq's in a
I would never understand
in a league of his own.
I don't think it matters.
Arguing of a football player and a basketball player anyway.
Shannon Sharp's just trying to get those views right now.
I just don't think.
He's trying to get the views.
He doesn't have enough information to even have that.
I mean, he's also going back and forth with Chad about trying to bring NFL players to basketball or basketball players to the NFL.
Yeah.
And how like Shannon Sharp is like, no NFL players or no basketball players can go to the NFL because the NFL is, you know, we're out to kill you, not, you know, touch you, it's a foul.
Yeah.
And Chad Johnson saying, look, bro, like, you know, basketball is a sport that's really it's an accurate sport. You know what I mean?
Finesse sport.
It's and there's more people
There's
that
a lot more mentality in like quick mentality in basketball than there is in football. And football, the strategy is off a team. And it's more individual in basketball, so you really are kind of out for yourself.
It's oranges and apples, though, bro.
Yeah.
It's so different. You know what I mean? Like basketball's what is it? 112 games a year, 78 games a year.
Basketball's 82.
82 games a year, and then football's 16. So it's like you only got to get ready for one game a week.
Also, if you really think about it, when it comes down to the difference between the sports, is football. You have a 52-man roster. Where the only player that can shift it a point is the quarterback. Where every other position, you're a position player. So you're one of 3 wide receivers, one of 4 wide receivers, and then basketball, there's only 5 on the court at the same time, and then up to like 11, players.
Yeah,
that are really,
so you're 20. You're 20% of the.
Yeah, and your depth chart only goes to 7 players. Some teams like the Knicks only play their 5. So like at the end of the day, like there's a reason in basketball there's a 6-man award. There's no football. It's a 12th man for the stadium. Like at the end of the day, so I think the comparison's apples to oranges
100%.
Because basketball players are not going to want to get on the field and get walloped by back in even Ray Lewis's day or when,
that just reminded me of the Chad Johnson
because defense isn't the same now, so they're not
Ray.
getting hit the same. And now they're even changing the rules on the tackling. So like, correct. So like flag football, as Tyra was saying, but like that's the thing. Basketball is a more finesse situation where you're dribbling, your accuracy on shooting, and your strategy, like pick and roll, understanding basketball plays, understanding what a triangle offense, like different things. There's more the strategy that the players have to do assertively. Where in football,
there's strategy on both sides,
but the coaches do a lot of the football strategy. Where the players have to actually, the players have
it's a different kind of
instinct.
Like LeBron,
they've got instinct.
LeBron can be like, "Hey, we're shifting this play, doing this play." Rarely you're going to see a linebacker other than the quarterback shifting it, if there's a major play needs to change, you're seeing a timeout.
For sure.
Where on basketball, dude, LeBron will change it right like mid thing. He's like, oh no, dude, this isn't happening, and the shot clock's down to like 4 seconds, and he's shifting it. Football never down to 4 seconds. The coach is like, yo, timeout. So the differences are so varied. That argument,
it's a different kind of team sport.
Yeah, that's the same argument with Jordan versus LeBron. They're different positions. It's really hard to compare the two, even though people try.
Fuck LeBron.
I try really hard.
I think there would be.
I mean, he had a really good season.
I think there would be more. I think there would be
was-
more basketball players trying to play football than there would be football players trying to play basketball because they're doing something. They're doing something completely different overall.
Yeah.
And like the athleticism, it's. I don't know. I think generally it's a different monster for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's the one thing, like with with the NFL, with football, you're following the direction of either a leader, a general, someone that is almost like, your battalion, the weights, but then in
basketball
on the fly. It's on the fly. Everyone has to play their position, and it's more moving parts, individualistic as a team.
Yeah.
So
I feel like it'd be easier in serious comparison. It'd be easier to throw a shot up and make it on accident than score a touchdown. I'm gonna be honest.
But let's
you gotta
also
run through a gauntlet like American Gladiator.
But let's also look at it like this. So like this will. I mean, long-winded explanation, but there's only 2 rounds in the NBA of drafting, and there's 7 rounds in the NFL, and compensatory picks as well.
Yeah.
There's extra picks. So there's so much they're looking for football to find that one Patrick Mahomes or that one Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Where basketball, they have a shorter leash with it because they're following these guys up through AAU and all the leagues elsewise. So like baseball, there's a huge farm system. Basketball doesn't have that. So like I think
that's true.
Finding the basketball player is so much more difficult.
Oh yeah.
Because you're trying to really trying to find that guy.
And not even just that.
Football, you don't need to be that guy. You just need to be that guy in 3 different areas.
Yeah. Exactly.
And then we can fill the rest. Basketball,
and then you got the injuries and stuff like that. So you got to find, the technology in sports is so crazy. Just trying to figure out how long you can last. Like they could base off of how you jump on how long you'll be in the NBA.
Right.
That's insane.
That is wild.
Yeah.
To think about that. They break it down to the science.
To the science.
And
they said that about John Morant. They said the reason how they had to change the way he jump and dunk and stuff like that so that he can add 6 or 7 years to his NBA his NBA time.
I generally think, and that's crazy that they do it like that because now they're working on new ways to protect the players and stuff.
Yeah.
I generally think that going back to the comparison thing, your span of playing is gonna be longer in basketball.
Oh yeah.
I generally believe you're gonna do 20 plus years.
Without
injury. If you're good without injury.
Yeah.
Football, you might get 10. Win a Super Bowl, you might be done.
Yeah.
So you got to think about it like that. What you're putting on your body.
And the kind of injuries are different.
The type you're
That's
injuring your head. You're
injured a certain way in football. That
you might not ever walk.
Yeah, or that might just mess you up every time.
Mentally,
and that messes with your stock.
Right.
So now you got to be going to get a job at White Castle just to make the check even on Sunday.
What do you want to do? Yeah.
That's a good thought though, man. Is what's the average lifespan of an NBA player, and then what's the average not lifespan, but longevity. You're in the league from NBA to the NFL because I bet you that the NBA almost doubles.
Tim Duncan.
NFL is less than 3 years.
Tim could have kept going.
Less than 3 years because of injury or because you're out because you're not good.
It's a combination, but overall it's less than 3 years.
A
running back in the NFL.
That's a fucking stat, bro. That blows my mind. The average lifespan of an NFL player is 3 years.
3 years, and they don't get the next contract.
You can get 20 in the NBA.
It's about the next contract.
You gotta put
12 as a baseball player.
If you don't earn that next contract, if you get on your rookie deal and they see it within 2 years, they're like, this will be the next.
Are you free agent jumping for?
Yeah.
That's crazy to
think. And to get another shot. And here's the thing: you don't think these teams talk?
Oh yeah.
Of course they're talking.
So
they all eat at the same restaurant.
Exactly. We're in different organizations, but we know so and so right here, bro. In the room, he ain't great. he ain't great. You can take him, but like I'm gonna as a friend. They'll do it as a friend. They'll tell him who's not working hard. But teams are like, but he's so athletic, and they'll bring him in.
Right.
And then like in the locker room, we're like, man, we should have not done this, and that's why you'll see them cut. You're like, why'd they cut him? Like back in the day, like Josh Gordon. Josh Gordon is one of a perfect example. Played for the Browns, wide receiver, amazing talent, bro. Literally one of the tops, like Megatron style. Like literally, he could if he would have gotten it together, he'd be like a Megatron of the Detroit Lions. But mentally, this struggle locker room, Browns couldn't handle him, dude.
Your boy can barely stand up over here.
Is he okay?
It's all that walking he did earlier, man.
Is that what it is, or is it all the wine?
Well, we have the wine here. I don't know.
He said it's Saturday afternoon somewhere.
He went on some marathon or something. But my point is that like people like Josh Gordon are perfect examples, or that if they can't get it together, I don't care the talent at all or how much practice. If you're just one of those guys in the locker room, you're like you're the me guy, and everyone has no other room to eat.
Nobody wants to be around you.
No one around. And then organizations understand that, and they get to talking, and you'll see players bounce. But average player does not get to play very long. Not in the NFL. NBA is different because you can bench ride, you can team jump.
For sure.
You can make
bro. You
can get the chartered flights, but you don't have to start a game.
You could Jared Lorenzen that shit.
Get your ring without even ever stepping on the floor.
That part.
You ain't
know what I mean?
Nothing and get that ring. That's crazy.
You know, that's part of it is part of the
thing.
And
still go to Disney World.
And still go to Disney World.
yeah. That's the thing. Like, but if that's the thing with if you play on a team and you start on one team and you leave that team, but the team that you started on wins a chip, you get a ring too.
Yeah.
So
you got to be there during that.
Jared Lorenzen style.
Anytime, preseason.
You remember Jared Lorenzen?
Or season on. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, bro.
Of course. There was some video online I just saw. They're talking about him again.
And that's a shame.
He's always in the.
It's a shame that he passed away. I know his sister. I've known his sister a really long time, but seeing him like he was my senior class. So I went to Ryle. He went to Cov Cath, and like seeing this fucking phenomenon of a human being, bro, where he could throw 50 yards right-handed and 70 yards left-handed. Like he was ambidextrous. He was built like a linebacker, but he was a quarterback. And then ends up going to the NFL, and then sitting on the bench for the Giants and getting the ring behind Eli.
You
know what I mean? But that's
Eli.
just one of those things, bro, where it's like, and the crazy thing was like in high school, he was the elitist player that, you know what I mean? Like when it comes to the league, there's like one person that is like, got to watch out for him. You know what I mean? Like when we're playing Cub Cath in fucking 5 weeks. It's Jared Lorenzen's
the game
coming.
You're circling on the calendar.
And it's this one dude, and then the one guy that is like the star of the entire high school league. One person makes it to the NFL out of everybody, bro. You know what I mean? Like out of everybody in all the high schools in Northern Kentucky.
Crazy.
And the fact that he even made it to the NFL is rare air as it is.
Yeah, it's rare.
So the fact that you see this guy where you're in high school and you're like, this is amazing. Like seeing this dude throw the ball and seeing this guy play, it's like watching Kobe Bryant as a junior or senior in high school.
Oh, yeah.
And then he gets to the NFL and then doesn't even get to play, bro. Or plays a little bit, but sits on the bench to get the ring. It's like you've got to be a fucking phenom to be noticed in the league.
Or be loved in a certain degree. Because Eli Manning, let's be real with you.
He's a Manning.
He's a Manning.
That's a legacy.
He got 2 rings over Tom Brady, the GOAT, and everything like that. That's great. And I mean, he's in Brady's shadow, and he's the one joke they have over his head, which is it's going to go down. It's part of the script or whatever.
Yeah. But he's still in Tom Brady's shadow. He's still in his own brother's shadow.
But
Eli Manning is literally a 500 quarterback.
Yeah.
He won as much as he lost.
Yeah.
So
good coaching.
You got to be loved.
Yeah.
You've got to be loved. You have to be,
because he definitely held on to jobs longer than he should have.
Yeah.
You gotta be loved. You have to be. You used to be in like in like,
like
current
Eli
with like the Cowboys right now. The Cowboys right now.
Yeah.
Like Jerry Jones, if he loves you, Tony Romo stayed in that position for a long time. Tony Romo knows what he's doing, but his body isn't gonna show what his mind can do.
Because he don't have the hunger, bro, the drive, the finish. Because people who finish feel like they got nothing to lose.
Yeah,
and that was in Aikman. That was in Aikman.
Yeah. Like, you sound like a Cowboys fan.
I'm a huge Cowboys fan.
Hey,
I'm from Dallas. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
So,
okay.
Yeah, you know, like that's just. But that whole team, you know, you don't have a team like the Irvins and the Smiths and even Dion when he played for them.
Yeah.
You know, like people. It was one thing about the people that played in the played in that on that team. When you went to go play for Dallas Cowboys, you wanted to be a part of that system.
100%,
You want to be a part of that area, and I think they lost that. And that's what Jerry's trying to hold on to. He's just trying to hold on to it to quarterbacks that just are not worth it.
Right.
Yeah. It's Dak's time to go.
They got good numbers. Like that's the thing. Like that's the thing. Like you can't. It's hard. It's almost like firing someone that does a good job.
Right.
Like, you know, like you guys do a good job, but
but we're looking for a great job.
You know,
we're looking for a great job.
Like, you know,
bro,
you know
could you imagine if Patrick Mahomes was drafted to the fucking Dallas Cowboys instead of the Chiefs? Because
the dynasty would have been crazy.
The Chiefs are like they were nobody until they
That's
got
why
him,
they
right?
But they had a really good situation.
But what I'm saying is
the
the country is like Dallas country, right?
Yes,
like you know what I mean? It's like the '90s Bulls.
They just wanted a replacement for the Patriots,
bro.
So I think whoever was going to come
imagine
next in line,
if Patrick Mahomes was drafted to the Dallas Cowboys instead of the Chiefs. How many jerseys they would sell? How much the Dallas Cowboys would be talked about
if it was at a big market, basically.
Yeah, because it's like Dallas has always been like America's team. You know what I mean? Like even me at 14 years old living in Chicago, I had the Troy Aikman jersey, and my best friend had the Michael Irvin jersey.
Yeah,
and we were just throwing bombs to each other, even though like it was during the whole like. The Chicago Bears, what do you call that? The shuffle, the Super Bowl shuffle.
Oh, okay.
Like that whole era, bro. Like it was still like Troy Aikman and Michael Irving was like that was the connection, bro. That was the Jamar Chase. Joe Burrow.
You gotta understand that's in the age of the Steve Youngs and the Jerry Rices, the Dan Marinos. You know, like, but that's the one thing. Like
them jerseys were fire back then, bro. To get a jersey as a kid, like a Dan Marino jersey, like, bro, what? I got a teal jersey.
Yeah. Now to say what he was saying about Mahomes being in like the Patriots type system, that's kind of the difference, right? Patriots, with first of all, you had good coaching and good front office the whole way up. But the big thing with the Patriots was with Tom Brady, they focused on the system around Tom Brady. Patrick Mahomes, and it's going to pain me to say this, is a playmaker.
Yes.
That was not Tom Brady.
No.
Tom Brady was an accurate pocket quarterback.
He's disciplined. Disciplined. His preparation was enough to win him a football game. Because when he's watching what's happening in the landscape, and he's just looking like just even a small little twitch from the linebacker, he's like, oh, he twitched on his right. I'm going to throw it to the left here because I'm going to be off-footed.
Yeah. Like I feel like Tom Brady would be good at World of Warcraft. You know,
for sure.
Like he would just sit out there and he'll see the lay of the land and he'll just score touchdowns every 5 minutes.
He reads it. Patrick Mahomes is reading it, but he's also athletic in it.
Exactly. He'll lose a limb trying to score.
Exactly.
You know, and that's why that would work in the Dallas Cowboys system, because they want you to die for football down there.
Yeah.
Right.
And if you don't die for football down there, then what are you doing playing on this team?
I do think though Patrick Mahomes with Andy Reid has really elevated him.
Well, Andy Reid is that person, but Andy Reid lets you breathe. That's the one thing, though. Like he lets you breathe until if Andy Reid takes it over, then dun. You know, like it's over. You know what I'm saying? You might not have your job long enough because he wants. That's different than Bill Belichick. What was his name? He wants you to do your job. I hired you to do a job. I need you to come in here every day and earn your paycheck.
Yeah, and be in our system.
Be in our system.
Because the system, I think, is a big part of what happens with the
And
Patriots.
that's from the top to the bottom. I bet even the janitor had a part to play.
Exactly. Everyone's in there. Yeah. Everyone and a big part of football is discipline.
Absolutely.
And Bill Belichick knew that discipline is what's going to win games, so everything's going to be consistent. And he treated Tom Brady like not like his son. He treated Tom Brady like you are just one of the most important, but you're still just one of the one of
and
the
Tom Brady
people.
already had that mentality being such a low draft pick.
Yeah.
So
he
already know what it's like to be like, all right, I know I got to earn it. So every time you go out there, he's like, you ain't taking my spot. That's what made Brady extremely successful. Because if he came in top, I think if Brady came in as a top round pick, he probably would not have had the same kind of career where he had to feel like he had to prove things to him. Yeah. And he probably wouldn't have a lot of people in his corner trying to make the way for him.
It's ironic, too, that's what Eli Manning was.
Yeah.
He was the number one. And he chose the Giants over the Chargers, bro. I see. Exactly. So it's like a reverse thing. Yeah. And it happens to be the guy that beat Tom Brady twice.
Ghost of Christmas Past, bro.
Exactly. So we lived the whole story between those two.
Yeah, that is wild.
Isn't it? Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yes,
That's dope. That's deep.
Yeah. But yeah, man, it's football's fun because it's like drama, but like it's fun to watch. there's a story, yet there is athletic.
That's our Desperate Housewives, right?
Yeah, right.
Look at my man out here rocking this the whole Just Do It outfit.
Yeah, I don't have
He's about to whip that name.
By the way, bro, I wanna give a shout out to Lonesome, the clothing company. I have seen their stuff popping up in the levee like numerous times. People are coming in here shopping.
I've seen those.
There's a guy out here right now and rocking a Lonesome jacket, and I know I don't know the guys that own it, but I know that they've been grinding for a long time to make it happen, dude. Yeah. So like shout out to Lonesome. It's a Cincinnati brand, dude. But like I've been seeing it. This guy over here just took the jacket off. The guy that's got the Bass Pro Shop hat on.
Yeah.
But the shit's fire, bro. Like I love seeing small businesses in Cincinnati, small clothing brands.
Yeah.
Get past the point of the model, right? Like, you know, like there's a you can always go to somebody and say, hey, I want to get this made. I want to do this. But for somebody like Lonesome, I just saw the jacket.
You see the progression, the business.
The progression and them going outside, drawing outside the lines is what I call it, right? Because everything we do here is like, you know, we don't keep it inside the box.
That's what Cincinnati has always kind of been, but never had the space to be allowed to do that back in the day. I mean, I just moved back here from being gone for about 10 years.
Yeah.
You know, I lived in Indiana for 10 years. And part of the reason I left was, to be honest, like when I was touring, I went to a different city and got treated a completely different way. And then when I came back and asked for even a piece of that, it was, you know, why would I do that if I could do this, if I do that? So that mentality was stagnant in Cincinnati, especially to people who were gatekeepers and tastemakers.
For sure.
It is refreshing now that I'm back, you know, years later, I see the gatekeepers and the tastemakers are those who went through that same struggle we went through back in the day.
Yeah.
So it's good to see, and, you know, the exposure from the Bengals having a solid, you know, seasons, the Reds doing well. You know, I left, the Bengals couldn't buy a touchdown.
Right.
The Reds couldn't, I didn't even know why they even had a field. You know, like, it was wild, you know, but it's good to see where the world is coming to, you know, where the city is coming to and how much support is behind it. I see a lot of people really upping and building each other up, which is great to see. The whole tri-state, to be real. Like, I see a lot of change. The whole place, I remember I came back, I'm like, this place is like the Jetsons. Like, it looked different.
Yeah. You know, and to speak on that too, man, I think really 5 years ago it was like that, where like they, you know, there was haters that didn't want you to do better. They wouldn't repost your stuff because, you know, they don't want other people to hear your music or see your clothes. But after the pandemic, it was kind of like one of these things where like all the artists just went into like like hibernation mode.
Yeah.
Right.
And you had to, right?
Yeah, you got to.
At
like,
this point, we broke. We can't make money to hit the stage.
And
I was running the
2020
studio.
was the greatest time of my entire life. Let me tell you, bro. Let me tell you how amazing 2020 was. We signed the lease on this store, but it was outside.
Yeah.
So we had up until then, I had just a 28-day lease at the levee.
Yeah.
4 weeks, and then you're out of here. And I was like, let's move everything in. Let's move the podcast in. This graffiti can right here, right behind me.
Yeah.
This thing, boom, right there. That's my old water heater, bro. That thing weighs 300 pounds. It's got nothing but rust and water stuck inside it.
I see that all through here, like the turntable spinning in the front. Love that.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
You know, I'm paying attention to the art, you know. But that's a separation of where it puts you into like,
rare air.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Rare air. Yeah. You've always been on that, you know, like people are gonna come in here for the experience, and I think Cincinnati. A lot of people always had that vision, that experience of vision, but it's just no space to actually do it. And I love to see, like 5-10 years ago, you couldn't have anything like this in this mall.
No, bro.
Levee, what? Like, bro, it was weird in here.
Yeah.
You know, like, but now I see small businesses that are actually growing up.
Yeah,
I'm seeing
bro.
people that are actually standing on that and people respecting it. You know, a lot of people, I'm pretty sure when you started out, you can't get nobody to buy your clothes. And it always been lit, I'm sure. But it's like, but people I always had that with music. You know, you go listen. Other thing, what Drake said in one of his songs, you'll go put a Trey Songz song on before you listen to my song,
right?
Or you'll listen to my song and only listen for Trey Songz part. Like it's crazy,
right,
But that's how it was out here for a while.
Yeah, but that's just one of those things, man. Where 2020, actually 2019, I got that store, 28-day stint, and I was like, let's blow them out of the water, bro. Let's bring in the water heater. I had Jubal. He had a Jeep at the time. I was like, bro, like, I know the buttons are acting kind of funky, bro. Boom. Oh, it just straight froze?
Nah. I'm here.
It's definitely
Streamlabs is being fucked. There it is. All right.
There we are.
But like my whole idea was like just blow them out of the water, bro. Like I know this is just 28 days, 4 weeks. That's it. And like they had Santa Claus in here, so they didn't want a bunch of empty stores. That's it.
Yeah.
So I was like, move everything in and just blow them out of the water. So. We did that, and they said, hey, we like what you're doing. We want to give you a store outside. Yeah. So they gave me this big store. It was an Old Justice. I hated the way it looked, but it was like, all right, let's go. So we signed the lease March. We signed the lease, but we got the keys March 12th.
Yes.
And we wanted to move in there within the next 2 weeks, but there was a bunch of skater kids that were always in here.
Yeah.
And the day I got the keys, the skater kids were here, and they were like, when are you going to move over there? And we're like, probably like 2 weeks. They were like, fuck that. Let's do it now. Yeah. And so we closed the store, and all these skater kids, bro, just helped us move everything over to that store.
That's amazing.
Bro, so by the 17th, we were ready to open, and then COVID happened. Yeah. And so COVID was like, yo, you can't open at all. Yeah. Right? So now it's like, shit, I just signed this lease on this 4,000 square foot store. Yeah. And now we can't even open. So it was like, what are we going to do? So we pivot real quick. All right, we'll go online. We'll start selling the shit online. So we started doing that. Yeah. But then, it was like, slowly you were able to open a business if you had masks. So it was like, all right, let's make masks. Yeah. Like we can sublimate them, we can do them, we can make a really cool mask. So we started making masks, and I was in my car, bro. I was delivering them like, hey, like $3.75 a mask or $3.50 a mask or something. Yeah. And I'll deliver it to your house. So me and the wife were just driving around every day, just dropping off 30 masks instead of USPS, right? Oh, wow. So we were just in grind mode, man. So like it really gave us the opportunity to understand what was happening. Yeah. And instead of just opening up the store and saying, hey, come buy stuff, like we were able to strategically work. Yeah. And it just got to the point where like we were getting paid weekly for being unemployed, right?
Yeah.
Like the government was paying us. I was like, this is the shit, dude. So now, Andrew and I had time they gave us that $1,400 stimulus check.
Yeah.
So I bought the 7-Up machine
Yeah.
in Dayton, drug it down here, ripped it apart, and built that 7-Up door for the store outside.
Yeah.
All in that stimulus check they gave us. You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, like.
That scared me, by the way, because I wasn't ready for it, but dope.
Yeah,
fire, bro.
Yeah, that was, and I like how when you go in there, it's just like it's a whole experience, bro. Like,
dude, it is.
Anybody that has never experienced that needs to, not anything else. That's crazy, and that's innovative. I've never seen anything like that.
Never, bro. I appreciate that, and that's
I'm gonna feel like Batman. I'm like, yo,
it's the Batcave, bro. Yeah,
I love that
reverse Batcave because it's white,
right?
But Angel and I were talking about that today because we get so many people that come in and like once they experience the back half of the store, they come out and they're like, "This is the coolest store I've ever seen in my entire life."
Yeah.
So him and I were talking today on how do we get a button where you can just hit the button and just say, "Was this the coolest store of all time? Coolest store you ever seen?" Hit a button because, like, honestly, like
just don't go to Temu.
Well, we get this is the coolest clothing store I've ever seen over 100 times a month, like literally probably 3 times a day we get it. So if we can data track that to say, look, in May we had 274 people say this is the coolest clothing store they've ever seen. Yeah, like that. All that data is going to add up, man, because like when we're in the dust, bro. We're still in the fucking. In the war zone.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean. The smoke's still flying. There's still bullets going over our head. Still fighting for our meal.
It ain't gonna get better or easier.
Yeah, man. It doesn't get easier. No.
Yeah, this is it. Like we're going, and that's one thing. Like with my walk of and everything like that. That's like a lot of the reality, right? Like you're just kind of preparing yourself. And trying to get a better understanding on, like, that's the answer. I think that's the biggest argument through religion. What happens?
Right.
We go, science and religion matches kind of what happened. There's a little discrepancy, especially when you get into, like, evolution. But everyone has their own different story on what happens.
For sure.
After the end, And I think that's where a lot of the fear is, in the world, where you have people who are like, well, I don't believe anything's going to happen. This is it. So I'm going to tear it up, turn it up now.
Right.
You got those that are like, I'm going to have faith and believe that there is something greater afterwards. You got, and then there's so many different feelings and emotions around that. And then ultimately those things are going back and forth to people, how they are interacting with each other. And then you add a whole code of selfishness over the whole thing. That's why those Jesus commercials are going so crazy. Like the one they had for the Super Bowl last year, not the one they had recently, the one they had last year was really dope. And then everybody flipping out the one this year about the washing the feet and stuff like that. I'm just like, but ain't nobody flipping about washing the feet per se. They flipping about how much it costs to do that instead of putting it towards what, something more edifying and helpful to the community. Because, what is it like? $4 to $6 million a Super Bowl show?
Probably more than that.
Probably more than that.
Yeah. I get it.
For a 30-second.
Right. Like, I get all the sides to it. Yeah, you probably could have put that $6 billion to something more helpful to the world, but,
bunch of meals for people. You never know.
Yeah, we got to get these feet washed, like.
Right. I mean, you're always going to have people looking at it from both sides of the coin, having a problem with it. Really, I think it just comes down to staying true to like who you really are, like who you are, and like how you choose to walk.
That's what it
this
is.
Life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we all have different beliefs, different places that we've started from.
Yeah.
Everyone's journey's different. Everyone's starting point's different. You know what I mean?
And God meant for that. God don't want everybody to be the same, bro. Like what? That would be what? We not cookie cutter.
Yeah,
like it ain't what it is. Like everybody serves a purpose. Everybody has a job to do, and that ain't up for me to decide as a human being.
Yeah,
that's between you and your relationship with your higher power. I just hope that whatever you're putting in is something positive and great. That's pretty much what it comes down to.
Absolutely. And I think there's something to be said about you keeping your vision and your life keep an accountability with it. You know what I mean? Like if you're gonna do it, be the best at it. Going at it with some pride.
Yeah.
And keeping yourself accountable. Like this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go, 100 miles per hour this direction, rather than taking it like, oh, I'm gonna go with the wind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The wind mentality might have I think that's dangerous. I think there's a risk
extremely
there.
dangerous because you don't want to fly at the seat of your pants. You want to, and that's not how God wants you to do it either. He wants you to get all the information, make informed decisions, make it make sense, and a lot of people don't realize that. They're like, oh, I think that blind trust is scary. What's that? The story that, like, everybody knows the Bible with the man on the roof, and it's a flooding, and he's like, God, please help me. And you got the first person comes in, has a boat with a life raft. Hey, you need help? Grab the life raft. No, I'm waiting on God to save me. You move back, and then somebody comes in, and they have a boat with enough room to fit you in it. Hey, you want to go? We're heading to some safety. No, I'm waiting on God to get me. Somebody pulls up at a big old yacht. Hey, man, come on, it's plenty of room for you. Now I'm waiting. God got me. Then floods and he dies. Gets to heaven and says, God, he says, God, why didn't you save me? He's like, I sent you a life raft. I sent you a boat with enough room, and I sent you a yacht. But a lot of people feel like they understand what that looks like instead of just having that understanding. Like, as you learn more about what he can do for you, or what your higher power can do for you, then you'll get a more understanding on what it looks like to be saved.
Yeah, you'll see what the life raft looks like.
Exactly.
Way clearer when your journey and when your alignment happens, because I think we're conditioned to look for certain things. We're like, this is how we were raised, so this is what's right. This is what's
that's trauma, right?
Trauma, right? It shows its ugly face, and I think once you find your place in your journey and it makes sense for what like, I kind of look at it as like a magnet. Like, what are you drawn to? And if it feels natural and it feels good, like, that's when you're looking for your life rafts, because that's when they'll start showing up.
Yeah.
Because you have like some passion into the project.
Yeah.
Everything's a project. We're projects. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're a constant flow of change.
We are.
We're
never-ending projects.
Never-ending project. Yeah.
But somebody says, "Oh, I'm done. I don't need to anymore. Or I don't learn anymore," bro. That's a scary fear, because you know what that means. If you're done, that means you're dead.
Means you're dead. Yeah.
Like when you're done, you're done. Like, what do you mean? So a lot of people don't get that part.
Literally, but to your point, I think that being done means you're dead is not only physically but mentally,
absolutely
the metaphor too, because when you feel like you have reached the mountaintop, for example, and you're the greatest of greatest, like we talked about Jordan earlier. I made the Jordan effect, and but you came back with like, oh, don't tell Jordan that. That tells me he doesn't look at complacency is a thing
at all,
because he knows I could get better, whether it's betting. I may not be hooping right now, but you bet your ass I'm going to be this best. Like he had.
But that mentality is what you want.
It's the mentality.
Bro.
It's every day.
A lot of people got to get out of that mentality. That mentality is the reason for broke mentality, for suppressing your self-worth, your drive. You're all of that. Like, a lot of people don't realize. Hey, that is when you have that mindset. You're going to create habits. You're going to create structure. You're going to create the things that help you become better, become great, become successful. Yeah. Like what Jay said. Jay says, hey, I'm going to make sure that we are going to hit the mark when we need to go do this. I'm going to make sure that, these shirts need to be out this need to be this, need to do that. There's nothing but problem solving.
Yes.
When you're not having that mentality, exactly. You're talking about some people sit around and they wait for somebody else to do it for them. That ain't how this world works, bro.
Well, I think when problem solving, it's a great transition too. Like, in general, because I love the conversation, but waiting for your float, your raft, your yacht to arrive. The problem solving is how do you become the driver of this raft?
Right.
So until I'm the driver of the raft, and once I get to the driver of the raft, then I'm like, all right, well now I'm going towards how to become a driver of the ski-doo. And then as it goes, how do I get a bigger ship? Because over time, eventually that place that you're at, you're going to outgrow it.
Yeah.
You may not outgrow it physically, but you might outgrow like, hey, it's time for us to get a bigger situation with our business, whether we're selling music.
Yeah.
You know, maybe now we've got this distribution deal, but maybe we should go to the point where we're trying to like get on like the top of every page. Maybe we should invest in trying to be higher on the Spotify ratings. Maybe it's our time to get that back, because there's timing for everything. Yeah. And understanding timing is, I think it's part of it too.
Oh yeah, it's huge. Yeah. And that was my thing with my transition, where it was like, yo, I want to become, you know, when I started doing my music, it was almost like in different stages. I made my music with just music on my mind. Once my music was made and everything like that, where I am now, I said, hey, okay, how am I gonna move this around, move this out? Part of that was me learning more about what I can do in my strength, and my mentality had to change. You know, and then it wasn't just musically. That was me as a person, me as a man, me in relationships. Because that's the big thing, is building certain relationships, is building, growing with, and learning from people, and being able people to learn from you. And building that and growing and becoming, I became like, you know, a better man.
100%, bro.
And in doing that, you know, I just got married this past Christmas.
Congratulations,
you know,
bro.
Hey,
now you got the blinders on.
I know, right?
Yeah, congratulations,
you know,
man, for sure.
And part of that was, you know, if you asked a version of me 2 years ago, am I going to be a husband? I'm going to laugh all the way out of here. You know, and it wasn't because of anything about if I was capable, because
it was your
I wasn't
mindset.
thinking like that.
Yeah, it was your mindset.
I'm thinking like, I'm trying to be out here all day doing what I need to do. But once I started thinking about more things and what I wanted to contribute into this life, being a protector, being a husband, being a man, being a father, those things literally took to the top.
Yeah.
And that became the goal.
Mm-hmm.
And so when that became the goal, I started thinking, what do I need to do? How do I need to become that? Who do I need to learn from? That's where my father, that's where, you know, friends and especially older people are showing me, hey, this is how you move it on life. Even in finances, you know, like I'm a lot smarter financially than I was even 6 months ago.
Bro, can you imagine spending fucking $350 on a bottle at a club now?
Never.
It's like,
bro,
what were we doing?
We used to do that. We used to spend $350 at a bottle in a club for a bottle that cost $35 the next day at the liquor store.
Yeah, yes. and you were just giving away to everybody that was around you. How many
times I came home the next day and my head hurting, and I'm sitting here and I'm looking at
my
bank account. And then you look at your bank account,
you're like,
I'm like, bro.
Are you kidding me, bro? Like, what? How did I spend $700?
This is the kicker. I would go out and do it again that same night.
Yep.
Like, you know, I was not intelligent.
Because you were well, it's not that you weren't intelligent. It's that you were a part of the nightlife, right? Like people were expecting you to come down and be a part of it.
Yeah.
You know,
and you feel like you got to live for that, or you had some sort of obligation or responsibility.
Yeah, I think there's a system in there as well. The system, it's
or you're missing out.
Or you're missing out. Yeah, you don't ever want to miss out. You don't want to go in there and be like, oh, you should have been there.
That's exactly.
Oh, man.
That's
and then you go there,
system.
you're like, well, why am I even here?
Bro. Why are you even there? And the system says, man, we're going to offer you the best of the best, and you're one of the ones that we're going to offer you. And once they got you locked into those specific situations, it's hard to get out of it, because like everything just compiles, and when every single day you're like, all right, well, I'm working hard for my money. I'm going to party hard for my time.
Yeah, temporary satisfaction.
Exactly. Yeah. And people get caught up in that. And it's not even about like bad or good, because the people you might be around might be your ride or die people.
Yeah.
But it's how you're using your time in that moment and what you're spending your money on. Yeah. That's like it's a representation of you as a person, and the conversations aren't necessarily benefiting you or hurting you, but it's taking longer to get to whatever the goal is, because you're using that night, instead of benefiting you long term, using that night to turn up. And then the next day, because we're gonna do part 2 tonight, you know what I mean? And then well Thirsty Thursday now, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
That was me. I was out every I was finding
there's a title for things.
Andrew, watch this little kid here on the right drop this bag. Oh, he almost dropped it last time. His mom even gave him a high five. Like, let's go, buddy. He's got to be 5 years old over here, just banging them bags, bro.
He's got the thick one.
This is a cool little view. You got like the whole window seat. You get to see the whole world. And I ain't gonna hold you. I love people watching.
Oh, bro,
I don't know if I leave from this spot, bro.
It's fun, man, because when we're sitting here, it's like everybody walks by. They all want to see what's going on. So we got a little QR code there, but it's cool being on this side of the glass, right? Because everyone's so curious. Like every Tuesday, I feel like a fish in an aquarium. You know what I mean? Like people are just like, what's happening? And they're just looking at us like they're just waving just like they would at a seal.
Yeah, bro, we're literally in a fish tank right now, dude.
You said they waving like they would at a seal.
They do, man. They literally wave at you like you're in a window. We're out here. We can't. I'm like, there's a door right here. They could walk in and say hi, but they don't even. They move on.
Oh man,
we're in a window.
That's hilarious.
Last week we had a girl that came through. She waved. She commented, and on Instagram, she commented on the podcast and commented on Instagram. She was like, "Hey, I'm a huge fan of the podcast. Like I was the one waving." So shout out to Annie.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's really cool, man, because like, we're in the middle of this, bro. Like we're like the bomb just went off, the dust is still flying, but it's like it's really neat being able to go somewhere like Commonwealth the other day and somebody just going, "Oh shit.
Yeah.
You're that dude."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like it's really easy to pick me out of a crowd because of the eye patch, right?
Yeah.
It's like there's not a bunch of pirates running around.
Right.
But I love that because, when it first happened to me, I got really depressed and I almost ended up committing suicide, bro.
Wow.
Like I cut my ear got cut off, my left eye was detached. So my left eye was completely white, and it was like when I was talking to people, they weren't listening to me. They were just looking at me going, what the fuck happened? Yeah. You know what I mean? And it really just got to my soul where it's like no one's listening to my story, bro. They're just looking at me going, what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
And it really put me in this funk where I wasn't happy. I was stuck inside my house with the like shadow curtains where you couldn't have any light come in.
Yeah.
And my buddy was like, "Bro, you gotta snap the fuck out of it."
Yeah.
Like this whole woe me thing. He's like, no one fucking cares.
Yeah.
He's like, you can't get mad. You got to get better. And when he said that, like, instead of me getting upset about what he said, I was like, you're fucking right, dude. Like, I got to get better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I started to learn everything and to download everything. And it's like I was stuck inside anyway. So let's instead of complaining about what happened, like we talked about 2 hours ago on the podcast, the milk's already spilled, bro. Learn how to clean it up.
Yeah. It is wild. Like my brother, he similar situation. He had lost his eye as well. My little brother.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So growing up with him and seeing him, like when you describe that, I seen that firsthand. Him go through that.
Yeah.
Where he is now is an amazing transformation. I mean, he's 6 figures. He runs a hospital or apartment complex, something big. He has like 150 managers that work for him.
That's incredible.
He lives out in St. Louis. I always have a soft spot for that because I know the adversity you have to overcome.
Well, it's a mental adversity, right? It's like.
But I think you dive into your greatness. I've seen that in my brother. I've seen that in you. I see, that is something where and it's almost like it starts out as like, proven wrong. Then it goes into, I'm good at this. Then it goes into
fight or flight, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then eventually it's like, this is what I'm here for. This is what, I feel like you're serving in your purpose. That same with my brother. I feel like my brother's doing the only job that was meant for him. Because he didn't do well at other jobs. Right. But this one, he's daggone good at.
That's incredible, man. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Shout out to your brother, bro.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
Does he wear an eye patch, too?
He does. Well, actually, he just got the what is that? The marble in his eye, I guess.
Yeah.
So, but he had just got that, like, I want to say less than a year ago. But since he was 14,
Oh wow!
Wearing an eye patch. He had
lost it young,
the designer eye and all of that. It's dope. I'll be like, yo, it's dope,
Yeah.
To see that, and then I get, I being his brother though, I get all the eye jokes, so I make fun of him all the time.
For sure, yeah. So I've got like I've still had my real eye in here, but the lights are out.
The iris was gone. I think it hit. So his eye was white for the longest.
Yeah,
no color whatsoever. I thought it looked cool.
Dude, I still remember a time when I was out and I saw somebody that I knew, and his daughter was like, "Daddy, his eye," and he was like, "Hey, like, shh."
Yeah.
He goes, and she was like, "It's so beautiful."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh,
yeah.
Oh, let me hug your daughter, bro. Let me hug your daughter, dude."
She
because
says such nice things.
And it was like dad, just like it's like stop.
Yeah.
And she's like, "But it's so pretty."
Ain't that crazy how the difference is? Like that's what an innocent imagination looks like.
Innocent imagination,
without experience,
perfect.
Without that, and it's almost it is beautiful. That's why I say, people aren't born with some of the things they think about.
The racism, for sure.
Yeah, it's something that's indoctrinated through lessons and through systemic upbringing. And a lot of people don't get that because any kid you ask them, like, I got mixed children. But you ask them, they don't see anything. They're like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Unless it's told to them. Then the way they hit it, they're confused about it. But their confusion is not the same confusion of an 18, 17, 16-year-old who might have had some experience in that, who could be like, okay, I'm going to credit that information to this experience.
Yeah, it's not inherent. It's not inherent. It's taught. It's created.
Yeah.
Like,
regardless, it's passed from generations.
Down. Yeah.
And that goes on both sides. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
With my family being from the South, how
far south?
Louisiana.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Yam's family's from Alabama. Actually, he's from Alabama.
My grandma's side is from Alabama. So Alabama, Georgia, Louisiana, we all through there.
Yeah.
And my family on my mom's side is the second oldest farm family in the whole state of Louisiana, and the oldest black farm family in Louisiana.
Let's go.
So they got the key to see and everything like that.
Hell
but,
yeah.
Their interaction with with white people down there is a lot different than what interaction with white people down there might be from the other side and everything that. So it's interesting to see that, and then see other the multifaceted experiences that people get just based off of taught racism or taught bigotry or taught hate, essentially, and it's like, you don't have to be like that, but then by the time they get older, it's hard for them to break out of that,
For sure.
It's crazy.
Speaking of that, a year ago, the Bengals did the Fight for Your Stripes. Mm-hmm. Do you remember that? It was so the Bengals do this thing every year where it's Fight for the Stripes, and it's one clothing brand gets a deal with the Bengals.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
But you have to be like.
Were you advertising that?
Fuck
I
yeah,
think so.
Bro. I wasn't advertising it, but I put it out there, and I was like, look, they're only looking for minorities.
Yeah.
Right? For this thing.
Yeah.
But my mother's 100% Italian. She's from Italy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, even though this bad boy's white, like I'm
that's Sicilian.
I'm not from America. Like my mother's from Italy.
Yeah.
So I threw my hat in the ring. Yeah. And I was like, look, like, the Bengals are doing this. That they're asking for the best clothing store in Cincinnati. We're the best clothing store in Cincinnati, or the best minority store in Cincinnati. And I'm like, I'm not gonna not throw my hat in the ring. Right. Why? Because I'm not black, bro. Like I'm blacker than 90% of the white friends that I know. You know what I mean? I've been embedded in this forever, bro. Yeah. So it's like one of those things where it's like, but my mother's Italian, so I'm not I'm born in America, just like every other ethnicity is born in America, but like my mom is from Italy, so it's
like straight first generation. Huh?
First generation, bro. She's 100% Italian.
I bet her food is fire.
Oh, dude, it was incredible. It's incredible. So and it's one of those things where it's like, why am I, just because the color of my skin, am I not allowed to even put my hat in the ring?
Yeah,
be in the conversation.
So last year I put my hat in the ring and I said, look, I get it. You know what I mean? The bad boy's white, but like, you know,
is that like what they advertise?
Yes, bro. And I wasn't even
the whole Bengals organization advertised that they only wanted a black.
No, not black. Oh. No, it's got to be a minority group. So somebody is not from the United States, minority, right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Here I am, got disqualified. Guess what?
That's wild.
Got the email this year,
putting it back in the ring.
I got the email this year saying, "Hey, we're back if you want to compete." It's like, well, you know, we won best clothing store in Cincinnati, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
2024, and it's time. I feel like put it back in. Put your name back.
Oh, 100%, bro, 100%. Every single year, I'm gonna put my hat in the ring until we get called, because there's only so many times that black owned can win every year. You know, at some point they're gonna be like, "Can we get another winner?" And they're gonna be like, "Well, this guy's claiming he's Italian. Like, oh shit, let's give it to him. He does have the coolest clothing store in Cincinnati, so let's roll."
They have the button to prove it.
Got the button to prove it, bro. Look. She's throwing the Lonesome jacket on the little guy now. I went out there and I told her, I was like, that shit's fire. Like, I was like, we were talking about it on the podcast.
That's dope.
But that's a local brand, and that's the shit I'm talking about, man. Like that jacket right there. That's not something that is done like through China. That's something that the owner of that company did individually. And created that, came up with it, and then dropped it just like that.
It's made with love.
100%, bro. 100%.
That's how you do it.
I look at that jacket, and I probably assume that there's maybe 30 of them out there, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That they didn't go to China to make 300 of them to drop them real quick in different colorways. That's a custom made jacket from Lonesome.
Yeah.
That's the type of shit that I'm here for, man. And that's one of the things that I love, bro, is like we're in this clothing line lane.
Yeah.
We're learning every day.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, the younger clothing brands that are coming up and they're getting recognized. I've not only do I fuck with them, but I want to put them on the pedestal as well, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like everyone's hustling, bro. Everyone's in this for the brass ring.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just like the first one to get there is the winner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if I can give the shout out to Lonesome and say, yo, like that jacket's super fire, lonesome.com, whatever the website is.
Yeah.
You know, I'm here for it, dude. And it's just like, if they start getting better than me,
then get that work and stuff too.
Well, I mean, guess what, bro? Like I'm an artist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if somebody gets close to me, I'm just gonna double down and learn something new that they don't know.
Yeah.
That's gonna put me up, you know, a level higher than everyone else.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
That's through relationships. That's how you grow.
And then I'm gonna tell Lonesome, let's go.
Yeah.
Get up here, and then they'll get to that point, and then I'll jump up the next tier and then say, yo, let's go.
You know what I mean? You just described? You described serving.
100%,
you
bro.
You know, that's the advancement, relationships, serving others. That is where growth and progression and success comes from.
100%. Got to be humble. You got to be honest. You got to understand when your shit isn't hot. You got to understand when it is hot.
Yeah.
You got to understand when to double down when shit's good.
Yeah.
You know, and it's one of those things, bro, where like, you know, there's only 3 of us here at Native right now that's running the store, but you know, we've got this mentality of like, you know, by 2037, this is going to be the coolest clothing store in the world.
I can see that.
Not just Cincy, it's going to be in the world.
I think we're already there. I just think we haven't been found.
Verbally.
We haven't been found.
Verbally, we get it.
We get it enough from people from all over the world.
Yeah.
So on a consistent basis, the numbers, man, it's just math is mathing to me. It's just really like about the traction, the amount of people eyes on us in person, because where we're standing right now,
when people in California come in here and go,
all the
this
time,
shit is dope. You need this in LA
all the time. I had this guy come in and he's like, yeah, actually, I've designed a few stores. He's like, man, this is way off my radar. I need to be thinking about what I'm doing. And he was questioning himself.
And that's
right
crazy because when we built this store, bro, me and Andrew, we wanted black ceilings, black walls.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we came in right after the painters were here. They painted just the ceiling. We're like, no, bro, it's got to go all the way down.
Yeah.
They were like, that's a terrible idea. We paint clothing stores or stores for a living. And he's like, you don't want to go all black. And he wouldn't even paint it.
He wouldn't even do it. He wouldn't do the job.
He went to Levy.
Is that what Journeys look like?
Probably.
He did not think black from ceiling to floor was how you make a store. We were expecting
that was good for lighting. That's good,
for bro. Like once we added the black lights, so all the clothing hits and then all the words hit on the walls.
Yeah.
Same dude came in and he was like, "Man, my son would love this store." And it was like, "See, bro, like
some people don't see the vision."
Yeah, and you paint stores for a living, but then you walk in here and go, "My son would love this."
Yeah,
you just didn't see the vision. But that's the thing is like the black lights, bro. Like I understand. Black lights in the 90s, people didn't want to use them because they're expensive. They show the fuzz on shirts and stuff. But for us, like now with LEDs that are out,
we're from the teen club generation. We used to go and see black lights all the time in the club.
That's it, bro. Like my entire
they don't party like that no more.
This store is just an applicated version of my bedroom. Yeah. Like my bedroom as a kid was just stars all over the walls, black lights, like the whole nine, bro.
Yep, me too.
And that's
I'm infatuated with like the galaxy and stars. And
I like
it, man. I'm like a scholar when it comes to that mess, but I study the universe and everything like that. I'm always fascinated with things that human can't explain.
Did you get to see the Aurora Borealis in Cincinnati?
No, but I did see somebody sent me a photo of it. I'm still confused on how.
I'm so mad, bro. I'm so mad. I
didn't see it physically, but I got some pictures from it, bro. It looked nice.
You know what's crazy is there's already conspiracy theories going around about the Aurora Borealis, it's about light bending and how. Yeah. Like the government was gonna test something on like the 10th to the 13th, and then
that's where they think it came from.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is crazy. This happened back in 2001, so I don't know if it's true or not. Like the Aurora Borealis, you can see in Cincinnati. 2011 maybe. It wasn't 20 years ago. It was less than that, but. 2000, I think it was 2010, 2011. But anyways, bro, it's like one of those things.
Ain't it in real life like toxic?
No, I don't think so. I think it's more of the whatever's coming out of like the North Pole, right?
That what it is. So it's just.
I think
it's bending like light rays, something like that.
I thought. I don't know. Well, I thought they said it was like a heat signature.
I think it is. I think it has something definitely to do with the heat. The actual Northern Lights, I think, work differently than how what we all saw. But the crazy thing is people are getting so many different pictures and different vibes from all different locations. So that's why it's just, I don't know. It was pretty amazing, though. I saw it from the highway.
A G4 level geomatic storm is uncommon, but the NOAA has been watching it closely since Wednesday when the sun started emitting a series of strong solar flares. So
solar flares.
Have you ever seen videos of like the solar flares like from the sun itself?
I see
that shit's terrifying.
It happened on the universe.
So it's like it's like the sun's like this big ball of fire, right? And then these
over.
And you get these little rings of flames that just pop off the sun.
Like
solar flares.
Degrees.
Yeah. And like it's like bullets just shooting at Earth, and it's barely missing us. But have you ever seen the video of a parent UFO like tethering to the sun.
Yeah.
That shit.
Point energy.
Have you seen this, bro? It's crazy. So there's like a UFO that comes in and is only, I mean, it, you know, on the video it's about an inch away, but you know, it's probably, I don't know, 100 miles away from the sun or something.
Yeah.
But you see like this plasma just kind of suck the flame out of the earth.
Yeah.
And then there's like a tether where there's like a little tube of fire that's going from the sun to the spaceship. And then all of a sudden it breaks and the spaceship just kind of blasts off, bro.
Yeah.
That video to me is one of the most compelling UFO videos I've ever seen because it's 100% looking like it looks like a shell station.
Yeah.
It looks like you're fueling up.
Yeah.
To travel.
Yeah, man. There's so many things I want to say. I
want
to talk about the moon too. Like the moon there's so many mysteries and there's so many things that we just.
The moon keeps meteors from slamming into us.
Bro, the
between
moon,
that and Jupiter.
Bro, the moon was placed here, bro. I think the moon was a gift.
Everything, like if you study the universe, everything in our solar system job is to protect Earth. So like, you know, with Jupiter where it's literally what is it, a big old thing with no land mass, but it's just a whole bunch of storms that are just going crazy. But where meteors go into that, they literally just disintegrate and burn out.
And then turn into the
exactly. Then you have Saturn where it has the gravitational pull that takes meteors and rockets and slings them into an opposite direction. You have the moon, which is right there to protect them from hitting us and also keeping that gravitational lock straight. Then you have Pluto. Is it Pluto? No, not Pluto. Mars, which has essentially the same makeup of Earth, but apparently
that shit, bro.
It was the former Earth.
There are
scars away from our
scars.
gravitational pull to actually create seasons.
Well, I think humans used to live on Earth or on Mars, and we transitioned to Earth.
Oh no,
dude. Did you look, bro? There's radiation, bro. That looks like they nuked.
But even
Mars.
in the we ain't gonna have no time to really dive in that. But even in the scientific reason of Mars, when you study the Big Bang Theory, it's something that was destroyed at the beginning and before Earth actually, you know, had humans. So I think Mars was there. They apparently, what the scientific term is, Mars and Earth was literally next to each other, developing the same exact way until something happened to where Mars went off of the gravitational pull and slammed into Earth.
And created the moon.
Huh?
And their idea is creating the moon.
Yeah.
But they said the moon was already there.
The moon is younger than the Earth.
Is it?
Yes, sir.
Oh.
And it's also hollow. So they shot a missile, landed on the moon, and it rung. It quote unquote rung like a bell for hours.
Wow.
So they think the moon is either artificial or hollow.
Wow.
But
that'd be a burnt up star, right?
They actually don't know what it is.
Yeah, who knows? But this video here, bro, I want to show everybody real quick because this is so watch on this right here because this is the video of that UFO or whatever it is tethering to the sun and then blast off, and you can literally see like an umbilical cord going from this thing to the sun. And then when it breaks, the whole thing just pops off. And it's not a solar flare because a solar flare is a ring of fire that just shoots out like a gun. It's 100% taken from. Yeah. Check this out, bro. This shit's crazy.
Oh yeah. Oh snap. That's freaking crazy. That's crazy.
It just fucking bounces out, dude. Like. Grabbing as much solar energy as it can from the sun, and then we gone. But Europa is a moon from Europa. Whose moon is it? Uranus?
Oh, Europa.
Europa.
Isn't that around? I've heard of Europa.
Might be Neptune. Anyways, man. So Europa's got a it's basically like a water planet. Jupiter, yeah. So it's got nothing but it's got like microbiology, like all in the water and shit.
Yeah.
But when you look at Mars, there's a huge scar on Mars that most people just kind of overlook. It looks like something slammed into it, or a nuclear bomb went off and literally scarred the bottom half of Mars.
Yeah.
But there's monuments on Mars. There's monoliths.
There's like faces.
Faces are the craziest thing.
The faces
that are exactly on the equator, which is a crazy thing. So there's this big ass face that's like built into Mars, but it's exactly on the equator, and there's actually more of them, and they try to disprove it, like when they show the Mars Google Maps or whatever, it was on there, and then a year later down the road they're like, oh look, it was just rubble that looked like a face.
The government gets involved.
Bro, I've got a video on my phone of Antarctica where if it's on Google Maps. It's literally I can probably look it up on my phone right now if I had like a minute or two. But when you overlook this part of Antarctica, there's a legit alien face in the mountains, and it's like it's not just like that could be an alien face. It's like the eyes, the two holes for the nose, the mouth, the silhouette of the head. Everything is perfect, and you go online, and then people are disproving it, saying, "Oh, well, your mind takes things and turns them into faces."
Yeah.
Right? Like that's what the mind does. The mind is always trying to replicate things. But it's like, bitch, this is a fucking alien head. I've got the alien head on the wall. Like I'm not replicating anything. Like this the face that's here is the exact face that we see on every alien on the planet.
Yeah.
Give me 2 minutes. I'm gonna find it. Not the video. I'm gonna find Google Maps and I'm gonna pull it up, bro.
So, what is your take on extraterrestrials, aliens, the whole unexplained? Where were you at with that? Any experiences that you can't explain? Anything?
I mean, that's one thing. Even with your walking faith, I mean, we can't be naive to think we're the only ones who ever existed.
Sure.
And biblically, they definitely speak on, other existing. So I do believe in other situations. I do believe in other life forms. I do not believe that we have had wholehearted, exposure and contact to them. I believe that there are situations where people might have had moments where they have had interactions with them through a spiritual sense.
You just think in this current landscape of humans, because if you really think back to the previous, eras of humanoid,
exactly.
Who knows who was exposed to what? Because we just never know. Our current landscape, I feel like if we did get exposed, that would be very hard information to really keep hidden. And if it was exposed, it's exposed to a very few humans that they might have been able to mind control it. Honestly, you never know.
I mean,
we don't know
in
what's
the Bible. You talk about Noah's Ark. People have a lot of different understandings of what life was like before the ark. I do believe that if there was a strong possibility of existence and understanding and even contact, it would have existed before Noah's Ark. I don't believe in the fact that there was necessarily Neanderthal or caveman type structure before Noah's Ark. I believe that the world was people who lived very long lives, where sons and fathers lived to be very old age. I do believe that there was...
You think they lived longer?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, it's recorded that people live a lot longer. You know, you're talking about way longer.
There was a time when the human only lived like 30.
I don't know.
30 to 35 was old, and now we're living to like 80, you know. So
where it comes to the age thing is like this. So I think that there was before, you know, you're talking about Babylon and before all of that kind of stuff and where the world was at, people used 100% of their brain in that time. People used a lot of their, you know, and you think about legacy, right?
Sure.
Your son is to move your legacy further, you know, because as a father, I'm supposed to give them the information. They're supposed to take and go further. Imagine if your father is giving you that information but not going anywhere. You know, that power of existence is unbelievable. So I believe because of that, that's why we see things like underwater cities. That's why we see things like, you know, that are unexplained in our world that are built where people may think they were built by extraterrestrials or things like that. I think they were built by a certain level of thinking in a human being that just simply does not exist anymore. Because after Noah's Ark, I believe that was the suppression, was the thought of how much of our brain we were able to use, our stint in age, our stint in growth, because before Noah's Ark, giants lived in the world.
Yes.
So, you know.
Giants. They're definitely recorded.
Giants don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
You know, and those are in the Bible too. Giants existed. You know, there are things that were in the world before that simply are not. And I think a lot of that comes from the difference between what is God-made and what's man-made. There's certain animals. I think that is the destructions of the dinosaurs. I think the dinosaurs is a man-made phenomenon. I don't think that was something that God put on the earth.
You think dinosaurs were created?
Yeah, I think
like a lab experiment.
Maybe breed it. I mean, you breed enough things, and you're gonna. And you remember, giants lived on the earth, so big animals probably lived on the earth.
Sure.
You know,
I think dinosaurs are really like, we depict them as like Jurassic Park does, but really they're just birds. Like chickens are literally living dinosaurs currently.
Exactly. Like they're that's why you have certain
scientifically.
Yeah, that's why you have certain things that resemble genetics to dinosaurs, because they had to be breeded up and everything like that. So I think, you know, and then, you know, another thing, like I'm sucker, I eat meat, but I don't eat unclean meat. But that's another thing. A lot of people understand when you eat meat, that stunts your growth as well, stunts your age as well. So
raw meat, bro.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that.
Yep.
And and so I think now that we have a world where we have a lot of these things that are introduced into our culture, those are the reasons why some of the, you know, mentalities are where they are right now versus where they were before. So that's like, you know, that was the big thing. So I believe extraterrestrials. I believe that there was a world. I believe that there was a better communication between human and animal before Noah's Ark. I believe that there was, you know, in the Bible it describes, you know, rows of gold and diamonds and rubies. You know, we didn't have rain. The irrigation came from the ground up. You know, the world was set up. There wasn't rigid mountains. Those are responses from water damage onto the earth. You know, the hills smooth, grass green, everything's beautiful. You know, there was a lot of things that wasn't, but then when you get into how people, you know, worshiping false idols, latent sacrifices, hatred towards each other, murder, you know, incest. You know, that was the world before Noah's Ark, to where he even says like the evil is irrefutable. It's irreputable. And that's, you know, that's the destruction of where we ended up to where we are now. So like kind of piggybacking on what he said, like a select few of people that might understand the world before Noah are those who probably have such a strong tie to their faith, to where they can understand that level of connection and communication to their spiritual self. So I think that's where that comes from, on how they would know what happened before. Other than that, you know, I think we're just gonna know it in the end.
Yeah, I think there's, I mean, we have so many, you know, unanswered questions over the course of humankind and what even constitutes as like beings that predates our actual like written knowledge. So like because we don't know the beginning, we don't even know how they built the pyramids. We don't know what happened. We have ideas, we have guesses. Found it. You found it. Good.
Oh, bro.
But
this shit is fucking crazy, bro.
But the lack of knowledge of the mystery, that's what drives us, and that's what makes us humankind so amazing, because we're willing to go to the ends of the earth and dig miles and miles deep just to get an answer that leads to more questions.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like it leads.
But
to
that's the world we live in, right? We're discovering investigative culture, and I think that's our blessing and our curse, because when we stop learning, then that's where it becomes dangerous for us. And I think how we learn is important. I think, some people are subjected to, I'm feeling this way because it's a feeling. Some people are, I'm feeling this way because I have put that trust into somebody to lead me or teach me. How I am is, and that's one thing with my walk, is when I got religion involved, I had to first build my relationship with God, then find a religion that matched my relationship with God. But it wasn't like, if they don't like God this way, then I'm not messing with them. Because part of that, when you learn to love like Jesus, you learn to accept everybody and anybody. So, when you are moving in that energy, you start to see and understand, hey, I think I am going to accept everybody. I'm gonna feel how I feel. You don't Bible thump or put your windows on somebody else's and what it is on there, because if that's not love, that's you trying to correct. That's essentially you trying to say, hey, your way is wrong, my way is right. That's not at all the message. So I think when it comes to these conversations, the open-minded, the ability to learn, the ability to want to get to that point is amazing and very needed. Other than that, everybody goes in circles. It's almost same conversations. Arguing with somebody with politics is just as bad as somebody arguing about church.
Yeah.
So
yeah. It's a never-ending cycle, but it's a conversation I think people have because it's passion. And passion leads to,
and a lot of that comes from their own personal experience.
Yeah.
All right, bro.
But yeah,
I found the alien face. It's in Antarctica, right? And you tell me if this is just one of those mind trying to force something to be a face, or if this is an actual face. So let me see. Hold on. All right. I'm gonna zoom in on this so you guys can see it. Yeah. Here, hold that for me.
Let's see this.
That's just black ink on my finger.
Oh yeah. We be printing on the shop. You're gonna see. Hey, Yaman. Welcome to the show.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Right, and then zoom out a little bit. The fuck is that, bro?
What is that? Like butt cheeks.
What is that?
What is that?
Like a Drake
BBL.
Is that your mind trying to tell
Drake?
you that that's an alien face?
Wait a
or is
minute.
that actual?
What's going on
an
right
alien
now, man?
face in Antarctica?
Pause.
No Diddy, right?
What's going on right now, man?
No edit. No edit.
Take a good look at that and tell me that that's not a real alien face in the mountains in Antarctica, bro.
My thing is, if it's not alien, who's putting that there? No human put that there.
Yeah. Well, I for one ain't about to.
Hold on,
fly to
I
Antarctica.
gotta see the pic one more time.
Yeah.
Gonna stay in Antarctica.
Right. I ain't gonna go see it.
Yeah.
I'm not about to see that in person.
Nah, none of that.
Let me see See the pic one more time.
Nah, Brad. That.
All right, there it is. That's the pic right here. Look at it.
It does look crazy.
Yeah, change the camera.
You can see the eyes and the lips.
There we go. Yeah, bro. You can see the lips. You can see the face. Man, that's an alien, bro.
Look at that,
wild,
bro.
Yo.
That is not.
It's questionable. It's definitely.
It is not
definitely-
questionable, bro.
You can see the eyes and the lips for sure.
Bro,
That's
you
an
can see
alien.
the eyes, the lips, the nose. You can see everything
it's
about it.
Terrain,
But then,
why
no,
would-
bro. But pull out though to see like how strange this face is.
It is strange.
Your mind does
Want to
always want to see
Yeah.
a face,
see. Your
right?
mind creates things.
But
It could
but
be.
bro, the symmetry between the eyes, the nose, and the
This look
mouth,
Japanese.
like the symmetry of everything. The distance between the eyes is perfect. The distance between the eyes and the nose is perfect. The distance between the nose and the mouth is absolutely perfect. The width of the mouth is absolutely perfect, bro. Like it's you have to. That's a lottery ticket. If that's not set up, that's a lottery ticket, bro.
That face look Japanese.
It looks a little. Yeah. I mean, it looks a little questionable for sure. I just.
Prolific, you see that?
Yeah.
Did you see it firsthand, bro?
Yeah, I see it. I said it
tell us what
could
you
be.
think, yeah.
It could be Banksy's next masterpiece.
Hey, don't put me out there like that.
Banksy out here tricking us, man. Listen,
you know, gonna cut
He's
up one
bro.
day.
that's an alien, bro.
So that's a whole nother topic, bro. Because Banksy is he might get discovered.
What?
Yeah, bro. It's pretty crazy because Banksy's been under the radar for so long, right?
I think he's
got-
anonymous, honestly.
So here, like the actual
Yeah, I
anonymous.
think
got you, I
Banksy
got
is
you. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
anonymous.
So check this
Right.
out. So there's a company that started using his likeliness, right?
Oh.
So that's basically
That's
like
AI
like,
for you, I bet.
well, that's native brand,
yeah.
but me not wanting anyone to know who I am.
Yeah.
Right. So then at some point somebody's gonna go, well, fuck. If he doesn't want to know who he is, I can
Then-
steal his shit.
Yeah.
So there's a company that came in and started licensing his logos
Oh.
to Funko.
Oh.
So I've got a couple Funko Pops that are brandalized is what they're called. They're not called
Yeah.
Banksy's, but they're called brandalized.
Yeah.
And it's the girl with the balloons.
Yeah.
And then there's another one with the robot with the mouth with the
Oh yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
receipt.
Yeah.
So Banksy sued that guy
As he should.
for taking his likeliness, and then he's literally just taking all of Banksy's logos and stuff
Yeah.
and saying, "Hey, I'll
It
license
was only
it
a
to
matter
you."
of time for that to happen, though.
Well, whoever's doing this is smart because
Yeah.
this guy is like, Banksy's not going to sue me. If he does sue me,
He has to come out.
Is he going to show up in court?
yeah.
And so
That's actually smart. That's
so
real
Banksy
genius.
sued him, and so that guy goes, "Okay, you've got to come to court to fight me." So he did a counter lawsuit and added the Banksy company as well as Robin Cunningham.
Oh.
Robin Cunningham was the person of interest.
Yeah.
So now Robin Cunningham is outed as Banksy,
Yeah.
right?
Robin
And this
Cunningham.
company's going, "Hey, Robin,
Yeah.
if you're Banksy, come to court and fight me
Yeah.
over it."
Wow.
And Banksy's like,
Yeah.
if I go to court to fight it, all of my art is now fucking it.
Oh,
It might not
It's
be
gonna go
might
down
not be
in value.
worthless, but it's going to go down in value.
Yeah.
So what do? Do I fight this guy that stole my likeliness and is
But
selling
I feel
it
like if he
to
comes out
companies?
that way, he needs to come out with a marketing plan and drop a whole art line right before court.
But
That's what I would do.
But the problem is he's got warrants out across the entire
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
the
'cause
world
even
for
technically
defacing
vandalizing.
price and
Not to mention what he did with that painting that he shredded up.
That shit was fire, bro.
That's the most gangster stuff I've ever seen in my life.
The second that happened, I was like, that painting's worth 10 times more.
Oh, yeah, it's worth so much more. But I knew that was going to happen because when I was like, bro, they trying to sell bro art without him knowing. Watch how he do this.
That shit was so fire.
Hey,
Do you know what happened? Banksy's a graffiti artist.
You know the girl with the red balloon? I know you hold on. I know you seen
that. Go ahead and pull it up. I'll talk about it real quick.
Yeah.
So Banksy is a graffiti artist who goes around and basically defaces property. But if it's your building that he just put his graffiti on, your building's now worth $800,000.
It's just that.
Yeah. It's one of the most famous.
So what he did.
History of art. Yeah.
Yo, I've got
something
simple, bro.
Yeah.
But check this out. So what he did with that painting was the frame that painting was built in. He built little shredders. So he took little X-Acto knives.
$4 million.
That right there.
That girl with the red balloon. And look, that's the one that got shredded. Is worth $25 million right now.
And that's the same thing that I said, bro. The second that was shredded.
Yeah, it's bad. I think
that's Mona Lisa,
bro. It's probably
is that modern Mona Lisa.
Yeah, 100%. Well, you know the only reason why Mona Lisa is so expensive, right?
Because they tried to steal it.
They stole it. They did steal it. So they successfully stole it, and then the person that stole it made 7 replicas of the Mona Lisa, and then sold those 7 replicas out to the world, and nobody knows who's got the real one.
The real one.
The Louvre might not even have the real Mona Lisa. Bro.
Yeah,
it might be a fake Mona Lisa.
So this is what happened. Like they had the auction to auction off, and he didn't.
The second the mallet came down, the second that bitch was sold,
what is it for like $8 million or something like that?
Yeah, something up there.
And that happened. He designed a self-shredding. And it just started shredding after they purchased it, and they tried to stop it and everything.
Yeah, so
now it's worth $25 million because of that happening.
Yeah, but think about that, bro. Think about that. So not only do you get an original Banksy piece, and Banksy was smart enough because I guarantee you he didn't want that piece to be fully shredded.
Nah.
Halfway down, stops out
Yeah.
at that, and now all of a sudden you've got a Banksy piece that was half shredded, but now you've got a Banksy frame that he built where he's got 20 X-Acto knives underneath it that are all rotary operated, bro, by
crazy.
some type of remote that if Banksy was in, like, nobody knows if he was in the actual auction gallery or if he was somewhere remote.
They don't know how it happened.
But the very second that it was sold,
it just
boom,
activated.
That shit just turned on and just shredded
been
half
right in there
that shit.
watching it.
And people are
He was in the
freaking
room.
out.
He had
People are
in the
freaking
room.
out, and I'm going, fuck yeah, bro. That if I bought that painting for $8 million, and it's worth 16 today because this is going so viral.
Get my painting and put it in the bag now. It's going home
Bro,
with me.
I want all the shredded pieces.
I would like
the bag is
out
not
of
worth
out
$1
of
million.
any Banksy piece that you can have, to have the piece that's in the frame but half shredded on your wall. Is the Mona Lisa of Banksy pieces.
Bro.
He's
That's
fire,
the
bro.
first thing I thought of. I'm like, bro, like.
Robin Cunningham, bro. If you're here, don't tell nobody. We can get you on the podcast, bro. We can have it. We can blur your face out.
Hey.
I've got a couple. I've got a real Banksy piece in my house. I've got a real tenor at my house that I bought off of eBay in like 2012, bro. Before anyone knew who Banksy was.
Oh, that's dope.
Did I?
We talked about this.
I think I've talked about it on the podcast because I brought it up one day when I was looking at Banksy's autograph.
Yeah.
And so Banksy does these funny things where like he'll do a pop-up shop in New York.
Yeah.
And he'll have some old guy running the pop-up shop.
Yeah.
And he'll sell his real art for $60 each.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, he'll be like, hey, these are real. That one's worth $100,000. That one's worth $50,000. This guy bought four pieces for $200.
Nothing but raise his stock because they're like, oh, now you got art collectors.
A real
going
Banksy
around
piece.
looking for $40 Banksy pieces that are going to be worth $40 million.
Yeah, bro. So I've got this tenor. So it's basically like a fake $10 bill, but it's a European $10 bill.
Oh, nice.
And I bought it off of Amazon, like in 2012, Amazon. I bought it off of eBay.
Amazon, yeah.
So in like 2012, I think is when it was. But so and then Banksy came out with this video called "Exit Through the Gift Shop." It was a movie that had like. It was a whole documentary about himself, and he was talking about those tenors, and he was like, "Look, I went to this like carnival out in the UK, and he was on a Ferris wheel. And when he got to the top of the Ferris wheel, he just threw all these tenors out.
Yeah,
and then they all floated down to the ground. People grabbed them. He was like, that was my intro to the tenors. But then people started trying to buy stuff with these tenors.
Yeah.
So now all of a sudden it's not art. Now he's now he's counterfeiting money. Yeah. So now he's known as a counterfeiter who's like the UK is like, you're going to get busted and go to jail for 30 years for it.
Yeah.
So he's like, I've got boxes of these things in my back room, and I don't know what to do with. And I've been a Banksy fan for a long time, so I'm buying this stuff. And I bought a tenor off of eBay in 2012.
Yeah.
And it came in an envelope that had Banksy's autograph on the front of it, right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't say it's from Banksy. It didn't say this is authentic, whatever.
Yeah.
But later on down the road, literally like 2 months ago, I see a Banksy tenor going for like 10 grand on eBay. Wow. And I look at the autograph. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? That autograph is identical to the autograph on the envelope of the tenor that I got in 2012.
Wow.
So I start zooming in and looking at the autograph of the envelope just to see if it's printed or if it's actually written on. It's legit written on, right?
Oh, wow.
So it's legit like ballpoint ink.
That's
so it's
dope.
like, Jesus Christ, dude. So I might have a real Banksy at the crib.
Yeah, that's gonna appreciate it.
Well, so
right there.
well, here's the crazy thing.
Least,
so the only person that authenticates Banksys are Banksy,
right?
And that's through something called pest control.
Yeah.
And this guy is so fucking dope that if you want your shit authenticated, you send it to pest control. If it's authenticated, you get your money back. It's $120 or whatever.
Authentication certificate.
You get it, and you get a half a tenor.
Yeah.
So basically, he's got all these tenors at his house.
Yeah.
So he rips the tenor apart. One of the tenors goes on your authenticated piece. The other stays in his like fucking filing cabinet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he knows that like this is legit. You got half the bill, I got the other half. So the crazy thing about that whole situation is you've got like these Banksy tenors that are coming out. You don't know what's what, but he's ripping these things in half, and each tenor is like, if you rip a $10 bill in half, it's got the serial note, one side on one side on the other.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I'm at the point where it's like, bro, like I don't know if I've got a real Banksy or not, but if I send it to pest control, if it's authenticated, I get it back. If it's not real, he keeps it.
Yeah.
Which just helps him out because anyone that's sending Banksy art to him, he knows if it's real. I know if it's real. If you send me a native shirt, I'm gonna know if we printed it or if somebody else printed it, right?
Yeah.
So if somebody else printed it, I'm keeping it. You don't even get it back.
Right.
Like you're out the $105 that you paid for the authentication.
Yeah.
And I keep your
So
shit.
now you know what counterfeit look like.
It's fucking pest control.
Yeah.
All of a sudden now I'm taking all the fake shit that was out there and I'm keeping it and burning it or doing whatever I want. But the real stuff I get to put back out there. Like Banksy he's on another level.
Yeah, he's protecting his brand. Meanwhile, getting the fakes off the street.
And he's the only one to authenticate it, bro, which is incredible because of the fact that, PSA, CGA, BGA, Beckett, there's so many companies that are authenticating stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That like, at what point does Yam come out with a company called like Yam CA, and he's like, "Oh, I'm authenticating stuff,
right?"
You know what I mean? I'm authenticating shit, and that's real. So it's one of those things where it's like, bro, that is insane, and it's so dope that I don't even know if I want to send my shit to him. Because if it's not real, I'm not going to get it back.
Yeah.
But if I do, if it is real, it's going to be like a $10,000 check that I get back. You know what I mean? Like something like that. So it's like, bro,
hey, you never know.
Let's go. And like everything about the the tenor that I got, I kept everything. So I've got like, it came from the UK. So it literally came from the United Kingdom. I've got the royal like USPS type like little stickers.
Like receipt type.
Yeah, I've got everything like framed in with that Banksy tenor, bro, including the autograph, which is fucking incredible. So let's see, bro. I'll
send it in.
I will send it in, because if not, I'll, you know what? I should probably replicate the tenor just in case.
To see,
make my own, and then in case if it gets taken, I was like, all right, cool. At least I got the replica and then the story to tell.
I just keep the replica. Oh, if anytime if I don't know for certain and I'm gonna give it,
but what if it's real and it's worth 10 G's and it's got it'd probably be worth over 10 G's because this is actually Banksy's autograph. How many people have Banksy's autograph?
Yeah, I said autograph.
That's the rarity.
Are you
of
willing
it.
to risk? So let's talk about your piece.
If it's not real, then I'm not risking anything.
You're just losing it.
And if I
and you know the answer. I mean,
if I just
you say you wanted
scan this in.
I know if you have so we have a replica on the wall.
Okay.
I did that though. Yeah, I did that, so I know it's a replica. Yeah.
Right. So we have that on the wall. We have that. I use that as a reference all the time in the store. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I use the references all the time. If we had a real one, it would not be on that store wall.
No.
That would be foolish. But my point is like I'm here for the replicas that like are really like. I'm not mad about them. I'm here for someone that really respects the art and able to do something like Andy Warhol's. When I see replicas of that, I'm like, all right, cool, like man, like good stuff out there. Like I'm not mad about someone like paying homage to it. It's like doing a cover of a song.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? Like I really respect like people out there, but like now, value wise, of course you want the real one. But like, what is the real chances that that's the case? Willing to risk it? Your coveted piece, send it to him, and then all of a sudden he's like, this is not real. Man, what a heartbreaking a moment that you would just be like, bro.
Oh yeah,
dude. How would you find out? Did they send you a letter saying this wasn't real, bro? Sorry.
Yeah, they'll send you a letter or an email saying, "Hey, we confiscated it. It's fake." Like I'm assuming Banksy would do it in such a way that he would. It's a little dagger and then a twist. You know what I mean? He's not going to be like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. This isn't fake." He's going to be like, "Fuck you. You bought something fake. We're keeping it." Type shit. You know what I mean? But bro, speaking of, we've got a dope ass Pinocchio cause figure that's in that little glass case there. It's Pinocchio and it's Geppetto. So it's like the cause figures with the little X's in the eyes.
Yeah.
My wife bought that for me 7 years ago, I think. Like it was a Christmas present or a birthday present. She's like, "What do you want?" And I found 3 cause figures off of Bodega, which is a store in Boston that sells like shoes and cause figures and shit. Mm-hmm. And I was like, look, either the Pinocchio, the Stormtrooper, which I'm really surprised she didn't buy the Stormtrooper because that's like she's a Star Wars fanatic, or Garfield was the other one. And Garfield was dope. It was like a goldish orange. It had like this like
it's cool
gold shine to it. She went with Pinocchio, and I think she paid like $220 for it was retail, and when we brought it in, it's been sitting here for a while, and then I put it in the case, and Tyrell's like, how much you asking for it? I'm like, I don't know, man, like $400 or something, like $450. And then a couple weeks go by, and then I look it up, and that cause figures were $7,000, bro.
Oh wow, you almost cut yourself with it,
bro. And then I'm in here, and James is in here. You know the dude that's always amped up and throwing on the tank tops and shit.
Yeah.
So he's like, "Oh shit, you got a Pinocchio cause figure? Like that's fucking incredible, bro." And I hear Tyrell go, "Yeah, bro, we're selling it for $400," and I go, fuck me, bro. Like, James is the one dude that's got the money to buy that for $400, and like I didn't know that it was worth more than the $220. And it was like a week after I looked it up, and it was like, holy shit, it's worth $7,000. But I told Tyrell that we're selling it for like $450. And so he told James like, oh yeah, it's like $450. So James is walking around the store like contemplating. I'm like, bro, no fucking way. No fucking no, bro. It's you know what I mean? Like no.
He tried to buy that motherfucker.
No, he didn't. Thank God, bro. Because like I definitely didn't talk about it when he was like, yo, that Pinocchio shit. Like bro. That was a birthday gift. That's just staying there. Yeah.
No,
he's like, oh shit, your girl got it for you? Like, yeah, bro. Like, that's a display case.
Right.
It's just staying there. So you're not selling it? Nah, bro, not today. Maybe tomorrow for $7,000.
For $7,000,
you know
that the whole case, bro. That brings so much attention.
We gotta get that light back in there.
Yeah,
and that fucking light bulb cost $55, and I bought the wrong one at the worst. Fucking, I bought it. Plugged it in and it blew immediately. It was like the right bulb but the wrong voltage. And it's like, are you kidding me, dude? Like,
literally, that's like the end of. It's like the end of one of those days. You do all this shit. Falls
hey, but it's Amazon. Like thank God for Amazon, bro. I'm able to just drop that back in the mailbox. Be like, didn't fit.
Yeah, we were talking about Google earlier or eBay. Now it's like Amazon, bro. I'm excited to see the first time I get something dropped off in my house from a drone. I'm waiting for that moment.
Oh, I'm surprised it already hasn't happened.
Has it happened already?
I haven't off on a drone.
They already started doing that.
Yeah,
it's happening in California right now.
Yeah, but I said they do those in like the college, California, Silicon Valley.
Dude, my brother lost his mind. He said he saw 5 packages dropped off at once. It was like they all simultaneously dropped and then just flew back up in the sky. I'm like, that's freaking weird, bro. But I think it's kind of cool. I think it's kind of cool. I don't know how I feel about it. But, Cincinnati, it's going to be 10 years before we get that. So it's going to be a minute.
I don't know, bro. Cincinnati being a lot more progressive lately, bro.
If
they start dropping off, like the way Carvana does the cars so they can pull up in front of your house. Man. If they start dropping off cars by drones, bro, that'd be so cool.
First time a drone drop a car on top of somebody accidentally in the wrong address.
Look,
yo.
Who is going to be in trouble for that? That's what I got to know.
Amazon.
No, bro. Hey,
it's going to be
fire them all.
Carvana.
Right.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you the first time a Hellcat.
Good luck trying to speak to an operator, right?
No, bro. Imagine a Hellcat being in the sky in Detroit. That shit will be shot down in 20 seconds.
Bro, we taking that out. They still in the car.
As soon as it comes to,
it's gonna be like Fast and the Furious. Like
they waiting on you. As soon as it comes,
waiting on you.
They gonna pull off
waiting
real
on
quick.
you to come outside.
My bad. That's gonna be the next Fast and the Furious. They gonna
hijack the drones.
They gonna hijack drones, yo.
They gonna have dudes hiding in the bushes waiting for the Camaro.
Prime Day fiasco.
Yo.
Prime Day.
That's gonna be
Fast
hilarious.
11 Prime Edition.
Yo. Yeah, Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
All right, Prolifik, man. So I know I see you've been looking at the watch, man. I'm sure you got to get home to the family, but we want to talk about the album coming out on the 28th. So you got Infinity dropping.
Infinity, yeah. So this album is different than any other album I've ever done. This is the first Christian hip hop artist.
How do you feel about going from like one side of the spectrum to the other, bro?
It was tough.
For sure, because
tough.
you gotta fucking understand your P's and Q's. Make sure you don't curse. Like, I can't talk about this.
Yeah.
I want to talk about this, but I want to talk about this in a way that the kids are gonna understand.
Right. And I'm gonna tell you what's wild is like that was my my thought process in the beginning, but it actually as I wrote and it was more my story, it became a lot easier because it was more like I don't really care about how my story affects
you're just
people.
Storytelling.
I think people need to hear it. And as I played it for certain people, they were like, there's an untapped market of people that feel like you feel. And the thing is like I think where I was, I didn't know if that was even an option for me to even jump into this kind of mindset and this feeling that I feel right now.
For sure.
Because
it's strange, it's different, it's not something you're used to.
At all. So when I got in this, I have a song on my album called Image. That's the first out. It's actually the last song on the album. Was the first song I recorded. And
so that's super dope then. All
right.
right.
It is crazy.
First song, you're like, this bitch gonna be the last one on the album.
Yeah, and it's wild because I didn't know where it was gonna place on the album. What happened was when I was starting this whole walk and everything, I smoked weed and everything like that, and I woke up. I said I'm going to church the next day, and I'm Seventh-day Adventist, so I go to church on Saturdays. I study the biblical Sabbath. So I was like, I woke up. I was like, I go to church, and I woke up and I was late to go to church. I couldn't get out of bed, nothing like that. So I said, man, I'm gonna make a song, and it wasn't nothing to be an album, nothing like that. I made a song called Image, and it was super. It's a great song, but it's a song you're gonna hear in church. So as I listened to it, and I'm like, oh man, this song's amazing. But then I said, that's where the idea of the album Infinity came from. But I said, I don't want it to sound like what that song sound like. Mm-hmm. I think it was a blessing to do that song because it got it out the way. Then I'm like, no, I need this to really be something that could resonate to people who, my dad put it best, who wants to learn more about God and Jesus but have trust issues with the church. So
that's great, bro. That's great advice.
Yeah. All right, so that's kind of where my mindset went to because that's my life. Like I left the church because I didn't trust the church.
Right.
You know, I left. And I think that was what subjected me to ride with the devil for so long. And I think if people are like, yo, it ain't about the church. It's about you and who you are as a person and what you're becoming.
And Josh and Jeremy.
And what you want to do that. Exactly. So when I became into that life set, I was like, all right, this is making more sense. And the music represented every single moment of what I was going through emotionally, mentally, and physically at some point. Like, you know, I wasn't making a certain amount of money I was making. I was putting together pieces of a house to live at. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really have a stable where I was living. I didn't really have, transportation and stuff like that. And instead of me being like, man, this is how life is for me, everything like that, as I built and got stronger and more, and my mindset changed, I was like, no, I need to change this today. And that was part of, having that outlet was what it was musically and everything like that. So this album is the first album that I've wrote to where I wasn't thinking from a marketing sense. I was really thinking about my story and how I wanted to portray it. So that's why it's a lot deeper, a lot more personal for me. And I'm excited to release it because none of this was, I didn't know it was going to be an album when I started making the album. I didn't know it was going to be what it was. I didn't know it was going to resonate how it was. And I absolutely did not have a release date in mind or anything like that. But everything is happening right
builds
now.
Up. Yeah.
It's just like everything feels right. So I'm excited. May 28th, the album is dropping, and I got a dope. It's invite only, but it's a listening event. We're doing a live taping, and then I'm gonna be releasing that out to everything.
June 1st.
Yeah, June 1st. You definitely you guys, all three of you guys have invitations to that for real. Definitely want to see you out there. I'm gonna be performing the album, and it's gonna be free wine. I got a whole team of people that are extremely involved with this, that are helping me put this together. That I'm extremely grateful for. That they're taking their time and energy out there to help me, build this vision. Shouts out to the team for sure.
Anything we can do to help, man. If you need video work,
we're gonna talk about that.
Somebody there.
We were talking about that before.
We were.
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna incorporate that. I'm with that for sure. The more the merrier, because this is, to me, I feel like this is about me, spreading my message, spreading my story, and telling that. And the more the merrier. Building, like we've been talking all night. Relationships are important.
Oh yeah.
Experiences are important. So that's part of why I want to be here and working with you guys and everything like that. So I think it's strong and an amazing future for my music, and I'm excited to see what actually happens. The big thing is I'm happy that my kids, who know every single word, every single song.
That's dope.
Oh, that's amazing.
Dope, but it's good that they can listen to it and they can feel good about it, and they're learning as well.
Yeah.
So I love it.
There was a moment in one of Kodak Black's songs when it was Kodak Black and Lil Wayne, and he was like, He's like, I know my son gonna love it, so I ain't fitting the curse.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, and it's just one of those things where it's like, you know, you're writing songs for the next generation, not for yourself, right?
Exactly.
It's one of those things. So man, like I know you've been listening in on the. So he's a hip hop artist as well.
Yeah. Yeah, we chopped.
Yeah, bro. So how do you feel like for somebody like Prolifik who's gone from hip hop to like Christian hip hop? You know what I mean? Like that's a risk to take, right? Because you're losing a lot of your fan base because you know you don't know what the next step is.
Oh yeah.
So that's nerve-wracking on its own, but it's also humbling because you're at the point where you've grown as a person and you've grown out of that gangster mentality.
Yeah.
You know, so now you're on to the bigger and better things. And it's like I just hope that my fan base is growing with me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? And so what do you think on the position of going from, you know, the hip hop to the Christian route? I know that's a long-ended question.
You could probably feel like making a transition, you losing a certain type of audience, but you really like gaining the audience that matter most.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Look at him. Like, I threw him a question. He fucking hit a home run. Let's go.
I mean, because for the longest period of time, like, you feel me, like with hip hop, like
all you're trying to do is just relate to your audience.
They want to relate
at the
to
end
us.
of the day.
Right, and they want to relate to us. And
it's a storytelling background.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think
they want to relate to us. That's great verbiage because it's, you know, that's the.
I think it's certain words that we use.
That's a 21 Savage. That's a Juice WRLD. Like, people want to relate to what Juice WRLD's saying, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. See, and all right, but look, there's a certain the audience want to relate to us, and there's certain words that we use and certain things that we talk about that kind of like. I mean, if you ain't
triggers,
if you ain't living that lifestyle,
they're trigger words, for sure.
Yeah, I think ultimately authenticity is the ultimate goal.
100%.
So I think it works for, especially with me moving in that space. I'm speaking what I'm living. Even when I was doing secular music, I was speaking what I was living.
Right.
I always would say, if you don't get anything from me, just be real.
Yeah.
You know, like, and whatever that may be. You know, if you're out here robbing and killing, I mean, I guess speaking to your truth, you know?
Right.
But ultimately, especially when you're moving in the industry or as a hip hop artist, any musician, you know, that is how you create a core fan base, is having that nucleus of tie to that person and relatable, and what's relatable, and through your experiences, you know, together. So, you know, that's why he's saying, like, yo, it's about certain what people want to relate to us and understand us, just like we are to connect to them by being relatable to them.
For sure.
There's certain words we use.
Exactly.
You know
yeah.
I mean,
like,
but that's
we ain't gonna say the words, man.
Yeah.
But like, it's, you know, it's a few of them.
For sure.
We're trying to like redo that, like turn back the clock. You know?
Right. Yeah. I got you.
Yeah, because I mean that trend is there.
So,
People saying, and it's some of it hurts more than it helps.
Yeah.
Right.
So, you know, and that's the thing, and you don't. At the end of the day, nobody wants to be responsible for pain. You know, even if it's, you know, your own.
100%.
So I think, you know, and I'm excited for where hip hop is going, even with the Kendrick and Drake things. You know, I think hip hop is winning on that,
bro.
You know?
That
yeah.
Look,
dude, I think it is too. I think it's
volcano
creating.
just
It's shaking shit up, man.
Yeah.
It's what's needed.
Can we just all
We've seen it coming for years. That's a volcano,
bro? They're all on the same label.
It's erupting.
Yeah.
They're all on the same record
It's
label.
definitely marketing.
They're all on the same record label. Let's get this point across. Drake and Kendrick are on the same label. J. Cole's on the same label.
Universal.
It is all done strategically, bro.
Yeah.
It is everyone. Everyone's staring at one group right now.
I still think like it might be some like.
Well, there's real beef.
There's real beef. because of the
say
record label.
It's a little something tied.
When the record label goes,
yeah.
We got two of the best right here, right? Like let's.
I think what's really good about this particular beef is that it's not violent.
It is violent though. When one of Drake's bodyguards got shot out of his front house, literally at his house a day after
the beef,
bro.
though.
Kendrick posted his home address.
Yeah, I think we looking at Michael Jordan
and if you don't think that he posted his home address. Even I Googled it. Even I hopped on Google Maps to go, player, this was. And so then I was able to hop on Google Maps and just sit right on the street that Drake's house is on. Yeah. And now all of a sudden I hit that little face button, and now I'm standing in front of Drake's house in Canada. Yeah. You know, and then a day later his bodyguard gets shot. Yeah. And they've had five occurrences since that song came out, of people coming to his house where they've had to be arrested.
I think that's what the issue is even though it might not be a direct violence between them two individuals, we are dealing with a different level of culture right now.
100%, bro. You've got
there's layers to this, man.
You've got the record label.
There's layers to this.
It's like everybody like, I bet you won't shoot him. I bet you won't hit him. Those are the ones who are running things right now.
I mean, you've got look.
But can we fight with words and not swords? You know what I mean? Like
10 years ago,
isn't there a place that we can combat each other with our intellect rather than going at each other in full force?
Well, that's right. That's the thing. That's the thing. They are. They are going back and forth.
But people want them to go much.
But that's what you got to understand.
But today's society, you've got the people that are there. They see everything happening. They see everything going on. Yeah. So the second that if you're on Team Drake, then you're on Team Drake. If you're on Team Kendrick, you're on Team Kendrick. Yeah.
And that's
but the second that Kendrick drops Drake's home address, how many people do you think drove by Drake's house that day?
And you don't even understand.
At least 100.
You don't even understand how
at least 100 people. And out of one of those people, out of 100, is going to do something wild because they are a true Kendrick fan.
More than that. I'm telling you, the blame is Twilight, bro. Where you have Team Edward and Team Jacob.
Yeah, the separation.
When you create that in any situation,
that animosity between the.
I mean,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if this person or this person. We still win because we're on the same team.
That part.
But the people that are building the brand are separating the two.
And they're like you kind of go on what you just said. They're all being under the same umbrella
label.
Thing. You know, there's always a puppet master. You know what I'm saying? Like
always. And then there's always somebody on the not the landline, but like the on the front line, right? Who's like
the martyr?
Who's like, they're saying this. Well, then I'm Kendrick Lamar all day, bro.
Then we go to where you get the opportunity for those who are placed into the industry, like he was talking about.
All the plants.
It's so many different spectrums on.
But there's been plants in the industry. Me and Jay have talked off camera, like the band Fallout Boy, which is huge. They're a plant. They're an industry plant.
Oh yeah.
That contract they were given was supposed to be given to a totally different band.
Oh yeah.
And so it just. But I mean,
you look at it is what it is. Ja Rule and DMX. Like Ja Rule, there would never have been a Ja Rule if DMX didn't decline the label from what they were talking about, and the Ja Rule came into the play because they heard DMX and needed somebody with the same level of raspy voice, and DMX would not do the songs that Ja Rule was doing. What we been doing without my baby? So DMX wasn't with none of that. So because of that, he declined, went and created the Rough Riders label, and then they went and got Ja Rule and rose him up in there because, you know, and then you got saying that back in the day is what? Ghost Riders.
Ghost Riders, yeah.
I heard it had something to do with Tupac, for real.
With DMX?
With Ja Rule.
Yeah. With him going? I think that was probably
and then that's when Ashanti got You know what I'm saying?
No, this is all. See, all of that is before Ashanti, before all of that, because Ja Rule wasn't even doing the kind of music, the 106 and Park music, for like 3 or 4 years before he actually did that. Like, from what I understand, bro was actually lit in these streets. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like I heard he was like
he probably was
super lit in these streets, is from what I heard. But I know he wanted to get a bag, so that's what he did with him and Herb Gotti.
Go follow the money. Exactly. Go follow the money. You can be this guy and get killed, or you can be this guy on the TV.
You know, back in the day, that's how that industry was. You know,
and then he ended up running into like Eminem and 50 Cent and all that.
Yeah, and that's later down the road when he actually got that buzz.
That's when it really got. That's when they pulled the plug on it for real.
I'm gonna just be honest. Ja Rule lucky that he's still here. For real, he lucky he's still here. And then the fact
he been making some.
He an Eminem fan.
He
a huge Eminem fan.
It ain't got nothing to do with Eminem. It's 50 Cent being as petty as he is. Like, I'm gonna buy out your concert
the one
because
thing I
can
say about 50 is 50 is probably one of the smartest businessmen.
For sure.
And part of that intelligence on his businessman is the fact that he doesn't make crazy decisions that jeopardize what he's built. So I think as much as he will do, he will just be talking smack to Ja Rule. He'll never walk. Now, probably Get Rich or Die Trying version of 50. Might have put hands. Back then, put hands on Ja Rule.
But he where he at now.
TV network.
He where he at now. So he got the long money.
Before the Get Rich,
before Get Rich,
the 50 they got shot 9 times.
Yeah, that dude might have.
Oh, it'd have been over if they would have actually fought. Like it wouldn't have been.
But
no
that's the
gun
one
fight.
thing. Like
their
source, their seed is real beef from the street.
That's
what a lot of cats understand. Like they don't have like. That's the other thing. Like the what Kendrick and Lamar going through is rap beef.
Yeah.
Some of these other cats.
I ain't gonna like. So you talking about with Drake?
Yeah.
Man, look, man, it's kind of crazy.
Now the real beef is between Drake and Future.
Oh yeah,
I think Kendrick and Drake really got some real beef going on, and the thing is like a lot of people forget so like how Kendrick is tied in with the culture. Like a lot of people forget that he's still from Compton.
Yeah,
and he still got like.
No, I think only Drake forgot that.
He still got like people
when your bodyguards start getting shot.
I think Drake forgot that.
A lot of people forget Kendrick from Compton, and he got people like it's Compton.
Yeah.
So yeah, they make it,
and that's the thing.
And they respect what he do because
not even just respect it. They protect Kendrick. They Kendrick,
respect what he do, bro. And they making sure that like he.
They make sure you good. Yeah, like they said.
Sure.
They said this ain't
real
what you
G's.
do. You keep that rap thing. We'll make sure that you don't get touched.
Right.
Yeah, because
that's a different level of respect and power.
Because the songs that he make speak for like. The
for
guys
for the hood,
who actually been through like prison.
That's why he got the crown and the king. Stuff. You know that's the thing. Like I told people like when this whole thing started, I said, now Drake not no punk as far as rap beef. I don't know about anything else, but I said Drake not no punk as far as his rapping. Mm-hmm. But Kendrick, that's his environment.
Yeah, bro.
Right? That's what
he's been there.
He here for. Like you can't get mad when a pit bull growls in his own house.
I think
you walked in there.
You chose.
Me.
Yeah. You chose to do that.
Like,
I think with Kendrick and Drake, it's like Kendrick can move how he want to move because he knows dudes in the hood that's gonna have his back. Drake is kind of like John Wick.
Yeah.
Just avoiding the bullets.
I mean,
he can do certain things.
Just avoid the bullets.
He must be a really bad person.
Drake can do certain things.
Everybody in there is wishing you failure.
Drake can do certain things where it's like, you feel me? If he want to make a call, he can make a couple calls and.
Yeah, but who's ghostwriting his shit?
Right.
Who's ghostwriting Drake's shit? Because you know Kendrick's really writing his own lyrics.
Man,
you know what I mean? Like when it comes,
I'm gonna touch on that.
Look. When it comes to Kendrick's lyrics, right? Like the whole A minor.
But that's because I listen to Dom Kennedy,
bro. When he was like, if you're gonna
Dom Kennedy,
when Kendrick said if you're gonna sing, it's gonna be in A minor, like that shit's so fire, bro. Because like
that's the entertainment.
What was that? Millie Bobby.
That was like him doing a finger roll.
What's that? What's that chick's name? Millie Bobby
Brown.
Yeah, Millie Bobby Brown. So she was only like 12 or 13 years old. Like when she was in this interview for Stranger Things. And she was like, "Oh yeah, my buddy Drake just texted me and said, 'Oh, I miss you, honey.'" And like I text him back, like, "I miss you too." And she's weird. Fucking 13 years old, bro. Like, why is a 35-year-old man fucking texting the lead of Stranger Things when she's a fucking 13-year-old saying, "I miss you, honey"?
Yeah, it's crazy.
You know what I mean? Like that shit. Like, and the fact that Kendrick just pulls it out and just like, he's like fucking. Yeah. You call yourself lover boy. You need to be a
protect
more like
I
pedophile.
don't
know, man.
Leave that one alone.
I don't know, bro.
But I will speak on the ghost writing, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna go on record with this. To me, there is nothing wrong with having a ghostwriter. Now, I don't have a ghostwriter. I do write my own things. So I'm gonna say that before I so.
But if somebody else had a ghostwriter that was in your same lane, would you be like, "Fuck that dude"?
So that's the other part.
In a beef,
that's the other part, right? So I don't have a problem with a ghostwriter when it comes to the success that you have to have in the industry.
For sure.
First of all, that kind of consistency.
Everybody does it. James Taylor,
right?
The whole
Everybody
nine.
had to go. So I think in the strength of making an amazing song, you should have a support system of writers. Now, I think there's a misconception of what ghostwriter is there's not a ghostwriter is not someone that writes the whole song for you. Yeah. They usually give you some sort of
snippet.
Skeleton or an outline verse. Or a direction. No, not a verse. Not even really a verse. Like they could say, hey, there's a couple of bars for something like that. Also, people got to understand that legally in music, if me and him in the studio and I have a verse or a line or a hook, and he comes up with a line, and I write it down, legally, he's now one of my ghostwriters.
Right.
So that's why when you see some credits, you see 4 or 5 different writers that be involved. Now.
Yeah, well, that's crazy because Ice-T never got fucking credit for 99 Problems.
Yeah, and that might be
Let's
true.
go.
Yeah,
let's go. You want to talk about real hip hop? Let's talk about real hip hop, bro.
It. But you also are talking back in the time where no one cared about the law when it came to music.
That's Jay-Z though.
Yeah,
Jay-Z cared about the law.
Nah, Jay-Z never cared about the law in any of that.
He's of course because he stole the shit from Ice-T. He ain't got to care about the law.
Yeah, but he got it through. Yeah, I think more Rick Rubin probably stole it from Ice-T.
That's it. So, that's 100% the truth too.
Yeah. So, but. Now, with that being said, though, when it comes,
I like that you pulled that out because that was Rick Rubin's move.
Yeah, I already know.
I just didn't want to say it out loud.
I've been studying that behind the scenes, man. Yeah. But all right, I also think so. If you're talking about a beef, a battle, a hip hop, there's no room for ghostwriting in that.
Not necessary.
That's wild to me.
Yeah.
So, I feel like. So, do I feel like Drake wrote these raps against Kendrick? Absolutely. Because just because Drake has a ghostwriter, I don't think he can't write. I don't think he has it for the reason he can't write.
Right.
I think he has it for the reason of making hit songs.
The consistency.
For sure.
I think that's it.
The consistency.
Now,
for sure.
Kendrick, though, you're in his world. You're in his domain. So when it comes down to it from weight to weight class, Kendrick is going to be the heavyweight in that. Now, that's the one thing I felt about J. Cole. Now, do I think, and I'm going on record saying this, I think J. Cole is a better rapper than Kendrick Lamar. I'm going to say it, and I know I'm going to get the looks. I'm going to say it. I think it was smart for J. Cole to apologize.
For sure.
The only reason why I feel like, and J. Cole, literally, we are a day apart. His birthday is January 28th. My birthday is January 29th. Okay. Our moms got the same name.
That's wild.
It's crazy right now, right? Like, but that ain't. I'm not fanboying. That's just I'm saying. That's I understand
how the life.
Aquarius mind. I understand how bro think, right? We are as Aquarius, we are targeted.
Yeah.
If the war ain't for us, we not gonna fight it.
Bail out.
So the thing is J. Cole was on a song with Drake.
That astrology shit's fucking crazy,
You feel
bro.
me?
It is
He
crazy.
was on there getting dissed.
Yeah.
I'm not
think
surprised.
J.
I'm not
Cole-
surprised because
Right.
it makes sense.
Huh?
Cardo?
Yeah.
I share the same birthday with Cardo and Russ.
Cardo, my bro, man. I've known Cardo for years, bro.
I share the same
Yeah,
birthday with Cardo and Russ.
yo, that's wild.
That's wild, bro.
So like my thing is like, all right, so J. Cole didn't know if the shots were fired at him.
Right.
That's why he apologized. I think people took that to the left, like, oh, why you ain't fighting? Bro, that's almost like somebody who's walking home from school and see a whole bunch of people about to fight and getting pushed in the middle and told to fight.
Right.
J. Cole said, I'm out.
Cole like that ain't my lane. Now, I told people, I said, look, if Cole apologizes and Kendrick comes back like, oh, no, F that. It's not about
Cole's
blah,
on the
blah,
same
blah.
label as him, though.
Yeah.
I'm just
but
saying.
I feel like if Kendrick
But I mean,
responded back to not accepting that apology,
Yeah.
then that would have told Cole, ready.
Okay.
Fight.
I'm gonna
Let's
snap
go.
in.
I think at that point, you would have saw Cole is dangerous. Cole bowed out because he knows that if he's like anything like I think, you got to pull me off of you. Once I
Yeah.
fight you, you need a lot of people to get this to get done because you
I
already
just-
got me out of my
21. And he cool
Yeah.
with Drake. He
Yeah.
said I mean, and
He just trying to keep the
in
peace on
hood,
his
in
end.
hood, you know what I'm saying? Like
But
fashion,
Cole-
he's just like, man, they go figure it out.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
no, my fault, bro. Actually, that's what Drake and Metro. My fault.
Yeah,
My fault. That's
Drake
what
and Metro. I don't even know why
that's
Metro
what
is even
Metro.
involved. Like
Yeah,
he,
that's
like
what
I feel like
He needs to
I
stay
feel like-
silent,
I feel
bro.
like
He-
Drake
he's-
literally
he's-
said what he needed to
He's
say.
on
Like,
he's on
stay
such a
making
high
beats,
right
bro.
now. Like
Yeah.
Metro's on such a
And
high.
he
needs
don't
to
need to be involved because, like, bro, you are the
Stay
you
the fuck silent
you the
and
music
produce
man,
for
you in the
everybody.
back,
But
bro.
he from Atlanta, so it's like he tied in with
But
Future. And,
don't
and
mess
like,
up. Don't mess your money up.
No,
Metro
don't mess it up.
messes money up.
Keep
bro.
making them hits.
Like, cause now you picking sides, and that other side ain't gonna pay you.
Yeah, nah.
nah, bro. Stay out this way,
stay
bro.
silent.
This one ain't for you,
Mhm.
dog. So I think it's real beef between Future and Drake. I feel like Cole ain't got nothing to do with none of that. I feel like if it comes down to it, and there ever is, and I would love to see a Cole and Kendrick battle. I would love to see it. But
And you
That would
didn't
be
you didn't mention Drake.
I don't think Drake has anywhere to be in that battle. No, I think Drake is dope. I think, but when it comes to a real hip hop battle, and we talking about Cole and Kendrick, sit back and just enjoy that show.
100%, bro.
that's it,
100%.
bro.
Drake,
Like, 'cause
Drake,
Cole gonna snap.
Drake
Kendrick gonna
is
snap.
cold. Drake's
Yeah.
got great songs
Yeah.
for the ladies.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
You know what I mean?
And Drake for years have
Kendrick-
always been on the cusp. Like let's not pretend Drake ain't what it. Drake is almost a thief. Like, he
Drake's
almost
bigger.
a thief,
Drake's bigger
bro.
than Kendrick for sure.
Yeah.
You know,
Like-
Drake's bigger than J. Cole for sure.
Yeah.
But
not to hip hop.
not to
Not
hip hop.
to hip hop, bro.
Nah.
He's a star in
He sold
more
out
of a
10 years
pop,
ago.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the thing. You said it, cause like we seen it. Drake finds the young up and coming artist that has something trendy. That's
Brings
about
them
to
in,
pop,
fucking-
brings them in, does a song with them on that trend. Then he does 2 or 3 more songs about that trend,
and
which
then
blows that person up,
grabs
that
all
trend,
of his followers.
grab all of their followers. You still get your
He's smart.
followers.
He's smart.
He's a marketing. But wouldn't you be that way if you grew up on TV?
100%, bro.
Because
100%.
that's TV moves.
That face.
That's
But-
movie moves,
but
bro.
face.
but the
Face.
smart thing to
That's
do
showbiz.
is the smart thing to
Hollywood.
do is not fuck with somebody from Compton
that
about the
part.
whole situation.
And I think now he done bit off more than he could chew because now Drake thought he was a rapper.
He don't know
we don't
what he
never,
doing.
but we don't never understood how that started off though.
He don't
'cause
know
it's
what he
like,
doing.
But we do know who finishing it.
I mean, yeah,
Ke-
Kendrick
Ke-
went
Ke-
crazy.
Kendrick
bro.
go-
Ain't no.
And-
He gonna
and-
keep snapping
and-
We
and-
talk-
and
me
he
and-
did what Drake did to push his T with the back to back.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Push it.
And I love Pusha T, bro.
And that
Like,
song, and the song that
Clips
Kendrick
is my
released is
shit.
#1 in the world
That
right
was
now.
cold.
Like, so not only is he killing him on that, he's also killing him on paper.
Yeah.
Like he business dropped.
You the
him.
biggest artist.
But
and he
you know,
beat
at all said and done, at the end of the day, you know, that's the Clips, bro. It's like you know what I mean. It's not.
Bro,
it's not like
hip hop at birth. Bro.
That's the underground, the best
shit.
shit.
Yeah, you talking about the Clips is responsible for so many people, bro. From
Clips?
from Pharrell.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there would be
Pusha T,
Pharrell brought him in.
Yeah.
Pharrell.
And then y'all do know like Pusha T and Pharrell. Actually, Pusha T and the Neptunes. They created the ba da ba ba ba. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
The McDonald's jingle,
Really?
bro.
Oh yeah.
I did not know that. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah,
they put.
That was my first job.
That was Justin Timberlake on the.
That's what I'm
That's
talking about, bro.
Pusha
Like,
T.
like these dudes is into some different stuff, bro. Like they're like, bro.
I gotta go look into
I'm gonna
that.
cash
That's
out on
wild.
this jingle money, bro. They Joey Tanner.
We got-
you know, like
we got two things that we need to do here in the store. I was listening to Gary V. You know, we always listen to Gary V here.
Man, yeah.
Jingles
yeah.
are always going to be a hit, bro. Because like so, when we start the podcast, like
Yeah.
I want to have like a 3-second jingle.
Yeah.
Whether it be like ba da ba ba ba
Yeah.
or like NBC. What's NBC's or ABC's or NBC's? They're all
Or do that one. The
Do,
more
do,
you
do.
know.
Yeah.
You know, it's always like a
Or
it's
the
always
power
like
of
a
cheese.
boom boom boom.
We go all the way back to that.
You know, there's always like something there that just like the second they hear it, like fuck, that's NBC.
yeah.
That
I feel like things like that happen just in the spur of the moment, because you can't really like you don't just be like, all right, this is what we gonna do.
Right. Hold on.
Like you just
I'm a-
don't, you feel me?
I'm gonna show you real quick though, because I'm gonna do
creativity strike you, light bulb.
I'm gonna do either
Yeah,
an NBC, an ABC, or a CBS jingle, and you'll know
I know y'all not
what
about
you
to keep me up until midnight.
like you'll know what channel
We
it
can wrap it
is
up,
just
bro.
by the jingle.
If you like this around here, man.
I love it though. I could literally sit here. I know that I could sit here and talk to y'all forever, but I can't.
No, I know we gotta go, bro.
Yeah.
No, we got you, man. It's like, you know what I'm
We can
Um,
definitely part 2 this for sure.
saying?
all right, here we go. Shit, my phone was turned down. Oh, we're on.
NBC Television.
NBC.
Boom, boom, boom. So those 3 little boom, 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 like those are things that like when you hear that, you go, oh, that's NBC, not ABC, not CBS. You know what I mean? Like the boom, boom, boom. Like I didn't realize it was gonna be that old. So
Yeah,
I apologize for that.
But they
Exactly.
always,
But it's one of those things that
People in a
always-
flashback now.
It's always modern tunes.
yeah, but
to
it's always relatable. So when that happens,
That's everything
like
on the radio right now. Everything is 90s R&B into remixes now.
yeah,
And then you got what T-Pain. We got old cats hopping on their remixes of new artists and stuff. Like it was just dope. That's definitely dope homage, but you know, there's nothing really original.
there's something going on right now
What
with
is
Nate Dogg.
original, though?
That's true.
So there's a 17-year-old kid in New York that's apparently killing the game right now,
Yeah.
and he wants to use a Nate Dogg like
Oh man.
beat
Good luck.
or Nate Dogg hook,
Good luck.
and Demiza who Demiza's like this old white guy who was like an A&R back in the 80s
Yeah.
who helped like produce one of Nate Dogg's songs. This guy's like, look, man, this 17-year-old kid has got it, bro. Like
They're gonna
this
give
this
him
guy
the Nate Dogg song.
give this guy.
Does he sound like Nate Dogg?
No, I don't think it's. I've never actually heard it. We'll listen to it off here because it's going to take too long to find it. But
Yeah.
Demiza was like, bro, this kid is like, he is so good
Yeah.
that people are coming to me going, hey, give him the rights to the Nate Dogg song so he can run with it. And he's like, I'm telling you, bro, like. And he owns the right. He doesn't own the rights to the song, but he's like he'll produce it. And he was like, this kid needs this shit because he's going to be the next fucking the next big thing.
That's dope.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, it's
man. We've
11-11. Make a wish, player. Let's go.
11.
Yeah. So I'm rocking this Burrow because they announced some of the early season games for the NFL, and week 2 we're going to Arrowhead playing the Chiefs. So
I'm thinking about getting tickets. I don't know.
Joe
Man,
Burrow,
I might,
my
bro.
brother lives in St. Louis. I might go out.
I got fucked. We don't have our season tickets this year.
You gonna blow his mind if you.
I got screwed.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, got screwed. So my ticket attendant quit his job.
He was there.
So
St. Louis Rams.
any
Rams
like
fan.
messages I was getting because I'd like VIP'd his messages. So whenever I got them, they would come through as text messages, not emails. Because I've got
Drew,
St. Louis Rams.
like check this out, bro. Look at how many emails
My
I've
brother
got.
lives in St. Louis. I was
hey,
telling him.
nice, bro.
Hey, go ahead and say how many unseen voicemails I've got, or unseen emails.
Well, emails.
I bet you I got you beat.
Yeah, but it's a text that get me.
How many emails you got?
Just look at the emails.
Emails 55,000.
So I've got 55.
How many I
You
got?
got 55. What?
I got 55,886 unanswered emails.
Bro, what the fuck is wrong with y'all, bro?
What do you got?
Man,
You want to say that number?
I got like 226,000 emails.
That you haven't checked?
Yeah.
Oh, bro, you
What
missing
is
out
wrong
on the
with
game.
y'all? But y'all just letting them.
200.
I got 174 missed calls.
Oh hell no.
Yeah,
I got 828 missed calls,
that's crazy.
and I've got almost 1,200 text messages that I haven't checked yet.
And this is my other two emails. I got
But-
33,000 on that email.
Do not email
Anyways,
them.
man, it's one of
Do
those
not
things where
email
like,
them.
You're
If
never
you
getting
email
through.
them, you making
And
a
the thing
big
is- the
mistake.
thing is, I email a lot.
Your emails will
I'm
never
always
be read.
emailing.
that's the thing, bro. So when the Bengals like when I get the Bengals emails, I put them in as VIPs.
Yeah, I gotta do the
So
same
when they
thing.
come through, they come through as like a text
Yeah.
message instead of a thing.
Tight.
So the guy that works, he was my seat agent at the Bengals game, either quit or got fired. So no messages were coming from him. I was getting messages from the Bengals, who was just going into the 80,000 anonymous emails that I have, and none of them are like starred. So I get probably 300, 400, 500 emails a day, bro. So it's like I miss shit. You know what I mean?
Wonder why
Like,
you
I-
get my emails, man.
Hey.
I've been,
I-
God,
I
damn,
mean,
I've been sending
bro,
so many
like,
emails. I'm like,
I'm- I'm
So many emails,
Bro, I'm
Emails.
every day.
Emails.
Every day I'm going through the emails, just
Email
making sure
sports.
that like I don't miss anything.
Yeah.
But it's like, bro, like I miss shit.
Yeah.
I miss it, and
Yeah.
it's like, bro, look,
You're only- you're
the
human.
last thing I want to miss is my
Season
seat
tickets.
registration for the Bengals.
Oh wow.
Because there's a
Gotta put that bitch
3-year
on
waiting
Star.
list to get back on.
You got to catch
Yeah.
that.
You know
one.
what I
Put it on
mean? And
Star.
so-
Star that important email.
I did. It was all starred and VIP'd. So when
He's
it
already
came
missed
through,
it.
it came through as a text message, not
regular
an
crazy.
email.
That's
But the
wild.
guy got fired or quit, so some other person was emailing me, and it was getting sent to the junk mail, bro.
Wow.
Bro.
And I lost
Sick.
my tickets.
Y'all
Sick.
got over.
So I just want to pause for a second. I didn't know about the jingle thing, so I just went to go listen to it, and then I heard the diss track that he made.
Oh, for
and
Arby's?
and it
The
ends
fifth?
brought to you by Arby's. And I was
Yeah.
like, dang, because I saw his
Because
merch.
McDonald's fired him.
I saw his merch thing that
Or
he did
McDonald's
with them.
didn't give him no money. Like,
Yeah, they said
owed him
Justin
bread.
Timberlake got $6 million, and they said they don't
They
know
never
how
gave
much.
Bush his- yeah.
They don't know how much he got, but that's crazy. I never knew that.
And then he
I
had a whole diss. He
educated
went
me.
over to Arby's,
No, the diss
and
was
Arby's gave
fire.
him money.
The diss was fire. I was like, all right. then.
Arby's said, "We'll pay you. You just got to diss McDonald's."
Diss McDonald. No, it was good. It was
Yeah,
good. I'm
That's
like,
fire.
Yeah.
dang.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
And fucking what's his name was like, nope, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. Shout out to Pusha
That's
T,
crazy.
bro.
I
He did
can't.
his thing.
I can't believe I forgot about the whole situation where
Yeah.
Arby's was like, "Yo, like we'll pay you, just diss him."
Yeah.
And fucking Push T's like, "Nah, player."
No.
He ended up doing it.
He did.
He did?
the diss track.
Yeah, he did
I just listened to
it
the
just
diss
came
track.
out like what?
It said 2 years ago. This
Yeah, a
particular
couple years
video
ago.
was
Yeah,
posted
it's
2
a
years
You
ago.
know
Yeah.
what? I do think I
But
remember
yeah,
that.
it's just like a record spinning. It don't show
Yeah.
his face, but there was just
Yeah.
two people talking about it and everything.
Nah, they got a there's a music video. He's not in it though.
See, I need to see
but
that.
There's a video.
I just
that
typed it
Arby's
in.
Put together.
I just typed
Oh,
it
it's
in, so it
crazy.
was
Of course
just
they did.
it was just showing these videos.
Arby's just throwing money
Arby's
out
went
there.
crazy.
Like what?
Bro, they
other-
got the meat.
They got
Yeah, bro. Like what other animals can we kill?
Paul.
No,
Has anybody eaten
You gotta
dog
say
yet?
the
We can make
no
dog
Diddy.
sandwiches. Let's go.
Arby's is really coming back though, because they doing burgers and they making wraps and stuff now too.
Oh, bro, they've
haven't-
been
they
doing
trying-
raps.
I haven't
bro.
had Arby's
You
in
can,
a
bro,
while.
you-
Arby's is fire.
No, I didn't know they did raps.
I don't
Bro,
like.
you can-
I don't
you
like
can go,
the.
You can go there
They've
for
been
a
doing
club
raps.
I don't like the
sandwich.
lunch
You can go
meat.
there for
They got
a
the
gyro.
gyros now.
Yeah, I didn't know they
The
did.
gyros
I
are
know.
fire.
Gyros fire.
I'm out of the loop.
I
I
know
don't.
they did
I
that.
don't know any of this
bro,
stuff.
they fire.
The gyro's fire.
Yeah,
I didn't know they did that.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Oh,
I
they're
didn't know that.
Arby's is, and now the app.
It's only
they're
drive-thru
giving
you
stuff
do.
away. It's
Yeah,
great.
but
Oh,
go-
that
it's only
Arby's has an app
drive-thru.
too?
Yeah.
Everybody
God
got an app.
damn,
You gotta
bro.
get
We gotta
an
get these
app.
apps, yo.
These-
The Arby's app,
bro,
Arby points.
I've
You know what
gotta,
it is.
I've got to get going, bro. But these apps are fucking incredible, man. So the McDonald's app.
Oh, I love the McDonald's app.
So
I
it-
eat some
Taco-
McDonald's
Taco
app.
Bell
but-
I tell everybody, like, look, like, you can save 20% on your entire meal.
Every day.
If you got 3 kids,
Every day.
that's a hell of a deal.
What?
I hopped on what's today? Tuesday. I hopped on yesterday. Now they're offering not 20% off, but 30% off your entire
Too
entire
easy.
meal purchase.
And they just
I'm
use
ordering.
Are you
Use the app.
kidding me, dude?
I'm
Just use
ordering.
the app.
Hey, now I did get those
And bro,
nasty,
and like, and not
just
not,
want
not
you-
only that, it's fucking so much cooler because you pull up and they go, "Can I take your order?" You're like, "Yeah," and MB55. They're like,
Yep.
"All right, Yam, come through. We got
Yeah,
you."
Pull up.
And then,
Pull
and then
up.
don't even have to go through the first window. They just go, "Hey, player, we'll see you at the
Yeah.
second window." And then you're like, "All right, cool." So you go through the second
Yeah.
window and you're like, "Here's your shake. Here's your coffee. Here's your Coke. Here's all your food.
Yep.
$11." You're like,
Yeah,
"What?
it's
What?
crazy.
I'm
The
out of here.
breakfast-
Let's
and
go."
The breakfast is where it hits.
Bro, the Bear
Hey,
Kiss
you
is
know
the
what
best.
other-
See you
thing
tomorrow.
The Burger King app got buy one get one free.
Really?
Oh, that's right. I used to have the Burger King.
Burger-
app.
Burger
baby.
King's breakfast is my whip, bro.
Yes.
Hey, hey,
Jay-
hold on.
Hard.
Jay
Croissant.
put me-
You talking about
Ain't
the
nothing
double
killing
the
a-
double croissant?
Croissant.
Yeah.
Jay-
2 for
killing it,
$6?
bro.
Jay-
Stop playing with me.
Jay put me
Hey,
on
bro,
to the
yeah,
Burger
I know
King.
Hold on,
It
time
was
out,
it was
time out.
good.
Ain't nothing better
Let's
than
go,
White
let's go.
Castle breakfast, bro.
Really?
Bro.
I've never had it.
I-
Oh no! Wait, no, I have. I
Hey,
have.
I
No,
promise. You
It's
guys can
good.
call me and thank me. I'll even come over so y'all give me a
It's
hug.
good, bro.
I'm trying to tell y'all. The
It's
White
good.
Castle
I've had it.
breakfast,
Never mind.
it's fresh. I know that's weird. White Castle and fresh in the same sentence.
Nah, it's
It
good.
don't make sense.
It's good.
I promise you, bro. I promise you, bro.
It's
Go
good.
get a white. And I'm gonna tell you the cheat code. Sub the cheese for jalapeno cheese. Game over.
All right.
Oh, so we gotta do
He
it.
said he got the cheat
The
codes.
cheat
What?
code, bro.
I'm
GTA 2024.
I'm downloading Arby's app right now, bro.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh yeah, no, I gotta get Burger King's app again.
Yeah,
Oh,
Burger
right
King
here.
is that
Rewind.
cool. Hey, I'll tell you what I don't mess with though. Them anime nuggets that McDonald's had, bro.
Oh,
You had
bro,
that sauce?
That sauce is
Yes.
disgusting.
Look,
Anime niggas.
look. Hey,
The sauce,
hey,
bro.
for real though, for
Hey,
real.
that sauce
I
is
didn't
nasty.
I didn't realize that McDonald's chicken nuggets were 4 distinct
Oh yeah, they're different
designs.
shapes. They're
Yeah.
different shapes.
until the Cactus Plant Flea Market did the whole like adult Happy
Yeah.
Meal.
Yeah.
And then they put the 4 different logos, and it's either a boot,
Yeah.
a nugget, like
They're
there's
different
like 4
ones,
things, but
yeah.
like that is disgusting,
Yeah.
bro.
Hey, you guys ever seen the food that made us? It's a documentary on Hulu. Watch it.
All right.
It's called
It's worth
the food that made us.
That made us.
All right, I'll have to check
It's
it out.
gangster.
Have you ever seen Super Jaime?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so
What's that?
so the guy that made Super Jaime was Doug Benson, the guy that I was
Yeah.
talking about on the beginning of the podcast.
Oh, okay.
That's I gave him my 420 hat. I forgot to tell you guys that the green foam 420
That
hat
hat was fire.
fire, bro, super fire. So they wanted me to bring them something for the comedy show at Commonwealth.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, I forgot to come down to the store. And I'm like, you know what, bro? Like this, my green 420 foam mesh trucker hat be fire. Like if this dude wears it, it's perfect for him. Because I've only worn it one time, right?
Neon green too.
Yeah,
it was tough.
And I brought it there and I gave it to him, bro. And he took it. He's like, thank you. And like I messaged him like, yo, like that shit's rare, bro. Like we only drop these 420 hats once a year on 420.
Take a picture.
That hat's one of 3. You know what I mean? So like, again, rare air. Thanks, bro. It's like, fucking send me a picture, bro. You know what I mean? Like do a podcast in it. At least something like I would have kept that in my repertoire.
Hey.
As a one in a year hat to rock because 10 years down the road that's just gonna be incredible.
Yeah, but they have to understand the importance of it.
They don't.
You know what I mean?
And I think he does. You know, again when it comes down to it, you know, we were talking earlier. Like when I meet people and I've got the eye patch on, like I really feel like that's like an exclamation point on who I am. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's one thing if you're wearing a shirt or wearing a hat that's recognizable.
As identity, yo.
But this is a character at this point, bro. It's like I'm basically a cartoon character where like people are like, oh fuck, there he is.
There's a connection.
There he is. I see him
dope,
from a mile away.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like it's just I'm so humbled by it because I told Kalen the other day, I'm like shit's changing, Pook. I see it. Like you know, I'm getting messages on Instagram. They're like, hey, big fan of the podcast. We waved in the windows. And then like, you know, I see this thing and it's like, we're at the gas station. And then the guy ringing me out is like, holy shit, native. And Kalen's like, what the fuck's going on? He's like, I remember going to your store when I was like 10 years old and just getting free stickers out of your Dayton store. And Kalen's like, how fucking old does he have to be? I'm like, babe, that was 7 years ago. He's probably 17 now. Is perfect timing, right?
Right, yeah.
But it's crazy to be in these moments where you know, because again, we're in the dust. We're in the middle of the war,
we're
bro.
in the thick
like
of things, yeah.
We're still in the minors, so it's like to get to the majors is like the smoke's finally clearing. So to be at that moment where like people are like, oh fuck, you're him. That's it. It's like fuck. All right, cool. Yeah, man. Like, and it's humbling, and it's one of those things where it's like, just keep doubling down on what we're doing, like, you know, because people are noticing, like whether, I mean, shit.
Oh, they gonna have to notice when you see that.
Yeah,
let's go, bro.
Best Man's Clothing Store 2024, baby. You already know what's going on. Hey, we gonna keep saying this, and we gonna keep saying this, man.
And that's why I love Yam because we want because Andrew and I want to do a whole segment on the number one thing and all that. 2 hours in, we forgot completely because we're just in the we're in the middle of the conversation. And then Yam's like, hey, player.
2024.
Don't forget.
Hey, 2024, man.
Yo, hey, and was it 2 weeks ago? So 2 weeks ago, we won Best Men's Clothing Store. We had a podcast that was only Yam, me, and Andrew. Yep. And we got drunk, and we had fun.
It was fun.
And we went fucking wild, bro.
Oh, with the confetti?
And with the confetti and the whole nine. And the crazy thing was that podcast cut off after
11 minutes.
11 minutes. Yeah. Wow. So like all that like.
Man, we just
Jan was hyping me up, bro. He was like, bro, like let's not forget you guys won Best Men's Clothing Store.
You can't let them forget.
And so at like 2 hours into it, I'm like, we did it, bro. Like let's go.
Jay was turn.
Yeah. Like I don't give a fuck, man. Like let's do this. Like I got no money in my bank account, but like we're the best clothing store down here. And then like after the podcast, we look and like. None of that shit recorded, bro. None of it recorded. It was only the first 11 minutes. It's like, all right, painful. Like I guess.
But it's cool because we got the book. When you come in, you know, they come in the store, they see it.
Of course, bro. Like, yeah, it's everywhere. But
look it up on City Beat.
Look, bro. Look. That moment to me was so special, and it was like I don't know if it's a white guy in the sky, if it's a black guy in the sky, if it's an alien. I'm according to like the book and all the revelations, like he's not white. right? He's a black dude.
I'm gonna speak on that.
What's up, man?
It don't matter.
It doesn't matter.
That's just
it. It doesn't matter if he's an alien. Doesn't matter what he is.
What
bro.
he is not about what he look like.
100%.
That's all that
100%. And you know, it's just one of those moments, bro, where like we're sitting there and it's like we don't know what's up next, man. You know what I mean? But like we're here and we're happy and like I was like, this is our moment. Let's go.
Yeah.
And then after the end of the podcast, like it was like, oh, it only got the first 11 minutes. Like to me, it's like. I literally told Andrew, I don't know if I told you, I was like that's just God saying this shit doesn't need to be on the internet yet.
Yeah, maybe not.
You know what I mean? Like doesn't need to be on the internet.
I do think
it's like but like we get so many people that come in here from like out of town, man. Like
just saying.
We get people that come in here.
I don't think it's stopped.
Like LA.
I think all that's just.
And they be like, yo, this reminds us of California. You feel me? Like we got people. Of course, we over here in KY. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, if it's on that type of frequency for you to understand what's going on, then it is.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? If you like stuff like this, if you into cool stuff, if you into creativity, man, you go be gravitated to it.
Oh yeah.
So that's just what it is, man. So like the people that come in here, that's cool people. Cool people. You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
What's on those
Like,
comments? Who is that?
It's already meant to be like that, bro.
Absolutely.
Whether it's recorded or not, because we do this same
can't read
shit
it.
every goddamn day.
Yeah.
He coming up with new designs. We sitting here looking at designs. He asks us. We talking about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
Damon Lynch.
That's my peoples.
That's your peoples. All right, Damon, let's go, bro. I appreciate your comment, and we're gonna make sure that that Prolifik Verse goes through every one of these and says, "All right,
yeah,
he's gonna comment on everyone."
Sean Rydell was commenting earlier as well.
Yeah, I need to. I didn't even notice any of that right side there, so we need to start paying attention to that.
Yeah, it comes down as the comments are made. It shows Facebook, multi-stream, the stream chat. It's pretty.
It's stream.
That's fire, bro.
Streamlabs does a great job.
Chat.
Yeah.
Super fire.
Yo, what's
Chat,
up?
let's
Chat,
go,
what's
chat,
going on,
let's go,
We
chat.
got
What's going
Nicole.
on, chat?
That's my wife.
She thought it was inspiring how we pivoted during the pandemic.
Hell yeah.
Tara Wynn, she said the night sky is the best. Basically, we were talking about the Northern Lights experience that everyone was having.
I'm so
Sean
bummed I didn't get to
Rydell-
see that, bro,
Rydell.
because like that was on my bucket list. Like it doesn't matter where I have to go to see it. I want to see it.
Yeah.
But being able to see it over Cincinnati would have been incredible.
Yeah, that'd
Oh,
be
yeah.
wild.
Oh, y'all talking
But-
about the with the green
Aurora Borealis.
Missed it.
Yeah.
I missed it.
Yeah.
Missed it. Damn.
But yeah, man, I think that's
I heard
about.
about
I
it,
think
though.
we've covered so much tonight. It's been great having you on, man. Really,
Yo,
man.
for
it's been
sure.
great. It's good to have great conversation, man.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm here for
excited and blessed that you gave me the opportunity to.
Dude,
to do this,
it's a
man.
long time coming, man. You should have been
Yeah.
on here 2
I
years
know,
ago,
man, I
but the
know.
fact that
And
you're
then you
here
got my
today.
boy Devin, Robinson. I know you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, me and him got a song together back in the day, man. That's my guy.
Oh,
man.
really?
Oh yeah, we have two rock and rap songs that we did together. So.
I didn't know you guys knew each other.
Well, yeah, I engineered most of his music at one point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's that's my guy, bro. Like he's very good at everything he does, man.
Yeah.
From drumming to I know he's in video and photography now. But yeah, me and him, we go way back to long nights in the studio together. Like
That's fire, dude.
So I've known Devin for like at least a decade.
That's
Yeah,
dope.
I've known him at least a decade.
He's such a good dude, man.
Yeah,
he's
he's
such
awesome.
a good dude.
Awesome.
Anyone else you want to give a shout? Anyone else?
Just to my kids, my family, my beautiful wife, my team, to you guys, to the future, to
the future,
and
To the future.
always and everything to the man upstairs.
For sure. Hey, congratulations on the wedding too, bro.
Thanks,
It's one of
bro.
those things where it's like, you remember me back when I was single, man, going to the bars Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday afternoon.
That's a whole other podcast.
Going, hitting up Mondays at Mint. You know, it was like
native after hours,
bro. It was just one of those things, man, where it's like, you know, you're
they don't even do
you're
that.
single and you're lost.
Yeah,
right. You're just trying to find something, and that's, you know, like it's one of those things, man, where
it's
like
journey,
when you go to the bar 5 years after, like, you've been there, it's
man,
it's humbling and depressive at the same time, bro, because it's like, damn, you're still here chasing tail.
I was about to literally say that, man. Like when I came back here, when I moved back, you know, first of all, so a lot of the places didn't exist that did, but you know, when you go around the neighborhood of where it is and see, you know, some of the same people, some of the same kind of people, some of them wearing the same clothes. Like, what are you doing?
Doing the same shit,
like, the same stuff,
same
like,
shit, same day, like.
Yeah, that's a, you know, it's a meter check at that point. You'd be like, hey, yeah, I'm gonna need to go that way.
All you gotta, bro, like the best advice I can give you is find the baddest bitch in that club and fucking bring her home. Don't let her go back. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
like for real. At the end of the day,
I'm grateful
bro,
to be off the market though. It was crazy out there,
bro. It is such a positive move when you find somebody that you want to rock with, that wants to rock with you, and has that confidence put back in you, bro. Like Kaylin, for me, man, like you know, I
be seeing y'all power coupling out
here.
Dude,
she's incredible, man. Because I look back on the time and it was like, you know, I was selling clothes and I was doing all this shit, but I was doing it on my car. Like, I literally sold her a T-shirt out of the trunk of my car in Florence when because her boyfriend was a friend of the brand.
Yeah.
So she wanted one of these native shirts, and like I drove to Florence and dropped it off at Cheddar's over there on fucking Mall Road or whatever it was. And from that point, it's like we started building a relationship from there. And it's like, you know, she looks at me in a higher light because I've already had the clothing line. Yeah. But in reality, like I was in hustling mode. Like it was, I didn't have a clothing line. I had a dream. I didn't like, it wasn't a brand. It was a concept. Yeah. You know, and she was buying into the concept at the time. So
which
now
that means everything.
That's a right.
Everything, bro. And now we're here today.
Like that's what I have. Like with my wife, like she's a force.
Yeah,
you know,
bro.
She's a force, and it's dope. And it's dope that I feel. I'm grateful and thankful to be able to operate in this kind of freedom, and it makes me excited to do the same for her, so she can operate 100%, in that same freedom, because that's where our powers is that connection and that thing. And like you said, that power coupling is important. I think, you know, it's funny. My wife says, she like you. I'll be like, where you been at? She was like, where you been at? You probably was opening doors, was pushing doors instead of pulling them. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, you have no idea how many times in my lifetime I have done that.
That's like, fire,
you know,
bro.
But it's dope. Like, she's my best friend. You know, I think men especially, you know, they want a place to have that safe place, especially to unpack. Mm-hmm. You know, that vulnerability that isn't soft, but is just able to be there. And you know, I'm sure you get this in your wife. My wife helps me work through so many different scenarios and situations, and it's positive, you know. So
calming, bro.
Calming, that peace of mind,
bro,
that
peace of mind,
bro. Man.
And it allows me to be like, man, I'm about to be crazy out here because I do it for that. I do it for her. I do it for me. She reinforces that. I do it for our family, and you know, at that point, when you have that mindset and that support, there is no such thing as failure.
100%, bro.
Sure.
That's a great way to end the podcast, bro, because this is something that, you know, you've got, you know, you've been through it all, right? Yeah. Like you've done 10 years of trial and error, man, and now you've got the missing pieces, right? Yeah. You've got the chessboard on your side, and the crazy thing about chess, bro, is like, do you know how to play chess?
I do.
So
I'm very good at chess.
So the king is the king of the board, right? Queen can do whatever she wants. She can walk across the board. She can go all the way down the board. She can go all the way across the board. She can come all the way back. You know, you've got your castles that can move 1-1. You got your knights that or your castles that can move angles. Your knights that can move 1-1. You got your
pawns.
Your pawns that are just gonna get plucked off.
Yeah.
Like
sacrifices.
Sacrifices, bro. But in the game of chess, it is so hard to win without the queen.
Yeah, difficult. And
so hard to win without the queen.
Behind every good man is a good woman.
100%, bro.
They say the man is the head, but the woman is the neck.
Bro, like think about the game of chess. The fucking queen can go whatever she wants. She can go angle. She can go down the board. She can go across the board. She can come back.
What can the neck do? Up, down, over, down.
Do it all, bro. Do it all.
The head can't move without
pawns.
The neck.
They can only move one spot. One spot.
Yeah.
Castles, they can only move certain ways.
Yeah.
Knights, they can only move certain ways. Kings, we can move one spot, two spots, because everything is not meticulated, but everything is like
structured.
Structured.
And you're within a system.
One step this way, two steps this way.
King and the queen
can bounce across the entire fucking board, bro. But without the queen, it's so fucking hard to win a game of chess. Because that fucking queen can do whatever the fuck she wants because the king lets her do so.
Yeah.
Let's go, bro.
Yeah.
The game of chess is incredible. If you look at the game of chess as life,
oh man,
you will win.
You will win every time. You will win every time. And if you get real good at it, like that's the thing, like especially with, as you may know, in building businesses, especially in being creative and business at the same time, is your strategies are important. But it ain't about how many strategies you have. It ain't about what kind of strategies you have. It's about being able to move, adjust, and pivot those strategies.
Biggest word in the store.
Moment. I got my second song, that last song I played you guys. That song's called Pivot.
Yeah,
like that is life, and that's what the one line I say in that song is. I pivoted my stumble, and the thing is I don't fall. I just tripped a little bit, realized that
stumbling, you got to pivot.
I need to move in a direction so I don't fall all the way down. And a lot of people don't realize that that's what the game of life is, bro.
That I had a buddy, Angel Listerman. Do you know who he is?
Mm-mm.
So Angel Listerman, he owns Riveting Entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
He produces all Chris Brown's music videos, Justin Bieber's music videos, Tyga's music videos. He's from Cincy. And moved to L.A., started riveting out there.
Nice.
It got big, so he's opened up a second riveting in Atlanta.
Nice.
And his mom and dad, I think his mother was going through. His dad. One of them was going through not memory loss. What is that?
Alzheimer's?
Alzheimer's. So one of them was going through Alzheimer's and ended up passing away. Wow. And then either his father, I think it was his father, was left. So he moved back to Cincinnati to take care of his father for the last couple of years that he was alive.
Yeah.
He ended up passing away. So now Andrew Listerman's living in Cincinnati, which the dude is Chris Brown music videos.
Yeah.
Justin Timberlake music videos. Like the you remember the Drake Chris Brown music video where they're dancing?
Yeah,
he's like,
he did that video.
That was Andrew Listerman.
That's one of my favorite videos. About Chris Brown.
You remember the Tyga video where they dumped millions of dollars of cash into the fucking the indoor pool with the tiger? That was his. Wow. That was his video set. That was Andrew Listerman.
That's dope.
He lives here in Cincy, bro. This guy is a legend in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Moved to LA, opened up a second riveting in Atlanta, and then came back here because of his parents. And he lives here now, so he's in Cincy with his own family, Andy and his wife. But he was the one that told me, like, during the pandemic, I was like, bro, like, we're gonna have to fucking close. Like, we just opened the store. Like, I just paid all this cash. Like, and now we can't even open. He's like, you gotta fucking pivot.
Yeah.
Pivot, like learn how to pivot. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, if you got the ball, right? And you can't pass it to me. You got to learn how to pass it to somebody else. You got to learn how to pivot that foot
or and move in the direction to score.
And and get that ball out of your hands to somebody else that can run with it. Yeah. And like as simple as that was, that structured the next 4 years of the Native brand. Yeah. Because now we know, okay, if we ever get stuck in a corner, we can pivot. We can pass the ball. Like we got teammates. We got Tyrell, we got Yam, we got Andrew. Like we got these people that if I get stuck in a corner, I can toss it to Andrew and I can say, yo, we got no money coming in. Like, what can we do? And he's like, bro, we can do this, we can do this, we can try this. And if it doesn't work, he can pass it to Yam, and then Yam has a completely different aspect because he's not on the day-to-day working the store. He's on the outside working the store. So he's like, all right, let's go. We can do this, and this. I'm in the city. But it's about pivoting, man. It's about learning how to keep one foot.
Absolutely.
That's so fucking crucial, bro. Yeah. Keep that one foot steady and then let this motherfucker go wherever you want to. Yeah. As long as you can keep 1 foot solid, you're going to be okay in the game, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
It's such a simple aspect, but such a smart way to go about life. Is like pivoting,
it's
bro.
The little things, right?
Little things, man. It's like the milk's already spilled.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's already on the ground. Don't cry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like don't go yelling to mom or dad like, "Oh my, the milk's on the floor." It's like, it's on there. Yeah. It's there. Don't argue. Don't complain. Don't cry. Let's figure out how to pick it up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. It's already there.
Yeah.
If the quicker that you can learn about not complaining about the micro and learning the macro, you're going to be way better off.
The macro is like what really dictates where the micro does. So
100%. Because if you can't understand the macro, the micro is going to kill you.
Yeah, the overall, yeah. But bro, I think we've wrapped it up, man.
Yeah, I told Kayla I'd be home at 10:30. So 11:43.
Yeah.
All right, bro.
Yeah, man.
Dude,
great time.
I tell the wifey I apologize and thank you for coming down here and being a part of it, bro.
Appreciate it, man.
It's 100% my fault.
Nah, you're good, bro.
We had a good conversation.
She's been watching, so
when these things happen, bro, they just keep rolling.
That's
hey,
put the timer on.
That's the best part, bro. Yeah. Like my Fridays and Saturdays aren't the same anymore, right? It's not like I can go to the club and then come home at 2 a.m. and be like, "Hey, boo, come on."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm here, I'm with the guys, like I'm not doing anything wrong. The wife can tap in, she can listen to the entire conversation. Yeah. She knows her boy's doing well.
Yeah.
She knows her boy's not out doing something bad. You know what I mean? We're here being guys,
man. Making history, man. Come on.
I definitely appreciate you guys, man.
Yeah.
All right, man. Appreciate you being on, giving us your insight, and we'll be hearing from you soon. We'll see you next, man.
So May 28th, and everybody can catch the music on Spotify.
Yeah, it'll be on everything. It'll be on Spotify. It'll be on iTunes.
Yeah, bro.
It'll be on everything. Hopefully, you try to get it on these jukeboxes. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, May 28th
we'll
is
be
so
playing
significant.
It here in the
store. Yeah, May 28th will be our 3rd year inside the gallery at Native on the Levee on the Levee. So 3 years, man. Yeah. It's
I'll pull
also
up here after work, man.
Harambe celebration.
That's crazy, bro. We need
the music here.
3 years.
Yeah,
I'm here for it. Let's do
years.
it, bro.
See if I can get a couple of my people to come through
3
too
years.
and everything.
That'd be fire. We can do it early in the afternoon where you can
I don't
still
get
have
up till
everything
6.
at
It'll be
nighttime.
afterwards. Like I don't. The June 1st is the actual event, but May 28th is when the actual album come out.
All right.
Cool.
We're gonna be jamming the music in the store.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right, man.
All right, everybody. This is gonna wrap up another episode of the PowWow. I'm tripping over my own words right now.
Yeah, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in, and we'll see you next week.
One Heart Medical, and Liquid Death.
Brian Duffy.
Appreciate you guys. If you guys want to sponsor the podcast, we're looking for a liquor sponsor right now.
Yep.
Nice.
And let's some pizza.
Pizza sponsor.
Need
a pizza sponsor. Let's go.
Yeah.
Who are the locals? Strong's,
Bourbon House.
Bourbon House.
We love a pizza.
Newport Pizza.
Newport Pizza.
Newport
Pizza's got that bomb Cincinnati and whatever it is.
Oh,
like
yeah.
the chili pizza.
It's fire,
dude.
It's probably not the best for the podcast because all that sour cream cheese.
It's gonna make us sleepy. But it's fire pizza.
Yeah, man.
Straight back to the right. Hey, appreciate you hanging on. I had to take 2 of them while we're here, bro.
Yes, sir. But yeah, man.
We need a bucket. How dope would that be to have a corner a pee bucket?
Cool, but sanitary. I don't know.
Native outhouse.
Yeah.
Native outhouse.
I mean, not literally. It wouldn't be sanitary, but it would be fucking super cool if somebody if he just walked right behind here.
It was able to. Take
So where he
and just
wasn't
pee in a cup, and then we just poured it in the
I just
toilet
miss
later.
our old bathroom.
Right.
That's really what we're missing here is the bathroom.
That's $100,000 difference, man. Making that happen.
Man.
Next door, Atlanta. We need a bathroom in the back room. That's
we need
it.
two bathrooms.
Right.
I'm here for
bathrooms and a
just one.
fridge.
I'm just here for one bathroom. But yeah, man, I'm ready to see what happens if we can make it to Atlanta.
Dude, I'm here for it. All right.
Let's get
I
it.
love you guys. Right. If you guys want to sponsor the podcast, let us know. If you guys want to get a hat vending machine,
let us know.
Let us know. We're about to pull the trigger on hat vending machines. We've got one set for Atlanta, one set for Chicago, one set for Indianapolis, and 2 set for Cincinnati.
Let's get it.
So if you've got an area that you think a hat vending machine that holds 80 hats will be valuable to your city, let's roll. Because this is going to be something that's never done before. There's one hat vending machine in the United States, and it's secluded to basically a warehouse in Nevada. So
it would be Las Vegas.
Of course it would be, bro.
Right,
of course it would
Obvious
be.
is obvious.
But let's go, man. This is 2024 is our year. We're gonna be here. We want Best Men's Clothing Store. We're here for it, bro. Let's go.
Best Men's Clothing Store 2024.
It's the podcast no one ever saw. the hidden tapes.
The hidden tape.
All right, everybody. It's going to
guys.
wrap up another
Appreciate
episode of the PowWow. It's your boy Jay Banks. We'll see you next week.
I'll let y'all. Best
Hey,
Men's
later.
Clothing Store 2024, baby.
Yeah.
Here, shout out from the mountaintops. We out here. Later. Bye.
Peace out, y'all.
Yo.
Yeah, I busted my lip.
Hey.
Doing that shit. Let's go.
Go hard. And
Let's go. Busting my lip for this shit.
We out. Later.
Yeah, that was dope.
Oh, here you go, Jay. Here you go your